Omololu, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, my brother. It's so nice to see you again and again. You know, we've been coming a long way together in our activism in the United Kingdom. I'm so glad to have you. I am one of you. I am still one of you. Not I was, because I'm still very, very frequent in the United Kingdom. My family is still there. My house is there. I think like you. I think like you. I behave like you. You know, so don't use words for me. I am one of you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, some people describe Frank Bello as a notorious human being. I don't know whether I've crossed path with you at those years in 1997 and 1998 when you owned that prestigious barbing salon on Old Kent Road. Have I been a notorious person as people claimed to be?
Let me tell you, Frank, what people term as notorious is somebody who is principled, unbending, somebody who see the truth and stand on the truth, no matter the truth, no matter what for this God. God. That's all that's the people call that notorious. You know, when you see the fruit and this is the truth, and people want to change it for you, you're not going to bend. So I don't see you as notorious. I see you as somebody like me. Maybe the way we handle our issue might be different. You know, I am a bit on the conservative side. You know, or this is the truth, and you're gonna say, frankly, say this is the truth, and nobody is gonna change it. So this is my view of you. This is my view of you, and I thank you for reminding me of the barbing salad. Oh, it's sort of the good old days. You know, I think I am one or second Nigerian to look at that area of business and say, wow, this is it. All those who are having our hair there are all these Jamaicans, you know, they cut our hair. You go and queue, you go there 6:30, get what is called tickets, you know, and then you are not going to be attended to around 10 or 11 o'clock. Nigeria don't have that time. We have so many things to do, our studies, our work, our church program, and many things. So I look at it, but then I was an officer of London Borough Southern. I was working for London Borough Southern. I said, wow, this is an area that can bring our people together. I did my survey. I completed my MBA program then. You know, I said, well, if I'm going to do this thing as an educator, I have to do it differently. And then I look at the area of the Old Kent Road. Probably I was one of the second person to be at the black person to be on the Old Kent Road as well, apart from Old Kent cars. So that the place was organized by Jews and so. And then apart from the barbing salon, it brought all Nigerians together. All Nigerians in London from the northwest, all those people live in the northwest who believe they are more posher than those of us who are Peckham boys, you know. They find a place to come. I'll go and get Nigerian newspaper. I'll get everything. I put it there. So that is
you stock most of our papers at the time in your barbing salon, Chief Omololu. And I still remember vividly the roles that your role with the late Bola Amole Beams of Peckham, because you were so close, and I knew exactly the struggle and how you fought that battle in those days. Now, let's quickly get down into business. We want to talk about AFÉNIFÉRÉ. I knew a little bit about that background because I remembered you tried your best, your very best possible, to woo me into AFÉNIFÉRÉ group because of my passion for my Yoruba land. You tried your best, but I said vehemently to you that I was not prepared for it. Chief Omololu, could you please tell us a little bit about AFÉNIFÉRÉ group and how it came into being?
Thank you very much. Well, let me tell you, I was born into AFÉNIFÉRÉ. My father was part in our village, was part of those who started AFÉNIFÉRÉ in 1951. You know, it was basically an NC environment. My own uncle, Chief Olu Akinfosile, The first minister of communication was I hungry for my town. But my father, well, maybe his Lagos connection, said, no, we are Awolowo. So it's something like an inborn something in me. I don't know the difference. I don't know where I can be if I am not a AFÉNIFÉRÉ. That is it. So when I got to England, and then again, I just realized, wow, during the Nadeko period, and when I realized those who are Nadeko are AFÉNIFÉRÉ, 99% AFÉNIFÉRÉ. What are we doing here? Are we just sitting down here and let the old man be doing the job? That's why I joined those who are doing Nadeko. Gradually, we won the war. And when I say war, the political war. And then politics was creeping into it, AFÉNIFÉRÉ. So we brought ourselves together, and people, the likes of Dupe Ashama. I don't know whether you know Dupe, one of the journalists.
Oh yes. We're two friends. We're two friends. Yes.
Dupe Egmont. So we started President Shijuade, the late President Shijuade. This guy was in London. That's later Tokubo Afikuyomi. Many other. Yes, Tokubo Afikuyomi. Initially, we started the meeting in Prince Shijuade's home somewhere in North London, and then
Yes.
I met and then this gentleman that went to prison with Baba Obafemi Awolowo, this man from Ife. I've forgotten his name now. These are the gentlemen that were bringing us together, So we started. I said, yes, this is something worth being done. So we started it, and then a lot of people started coming in, the likes of Bimbo, Bims Amole, many Nigerian. And we're doing it. Thank God we did it up to a point before I now realize I've had enough of United Kingdom. I've been there in the 70s. So let me come home and come and say, So when it's getting old, and no, I'm not old, I'm young. So don't use the word old for me, But I believe I've had enough in the UK. Everything God needs to do for me, education, family, business, I've done it. So that's why I'm back home. And so that has been AFÉNIFÉRÉ for you. We were part of the struggle, and I must let you know, we were doing all this thing, not that we were for political reason, but just for the heritage. Just for the heritage of AFÉNIFÉRÉ that started in 1951. It was organized by Chief Obafemi Awolowo. After he organized Egbe Omoduduwa in UK, they launched Egbe Omoduduwa in UK, and then came to Nigeria, and then in 1948, they launched it in Ife. And then a lot of people said, well, we cannot just be a cultural group. There must be a socio-political organization. So that is why all of them said, okay, fine. The likes of those who are older, the fourth chairman of Egbe Omoduduwa, said, we are not going to do politics. So Obafemi, if you want to go at the politics, go and set it up. And then he went on to set up Action Group. Action Group, and so I called a lot of people together, the likes of Baba Jasni, the likes of many other people like that, Badamoshi, Nikudu, Baba Shuni Bare, and many other people like that. So they form AFÉNIFÉRÉ. And it was called Action Group, actually, not AFÉNIFÉRÉ. But in Action Group, the whole of Nigeria, in order to sell it to our people, Chief Adisa Akinloye was part of it. Said, that they will understand. Since we are looking for the good of other people, it's like what the Bible says. I love you as yourself. Let's give the one AFÉNIFÉRÉ. That is how the AFÉNIFÉRÉ name came into being. How they use it. It's all officials of AFÉNIFÉRÉ were officials of Action Group. There was no difference between AFÉNIFÉRÉ and Action Group then. So Baba was the founder and the leader. That's Chief Obafemi Awolowo, blessed memory. So they ruled this Western Nigeria from Badagry to Asaba. That was Western Nigeria, from Badagry to Asaba. And a lot of novel things came out. What has never happened in the world? when I say the world, happened in Western Nigeria. I say totality of Nigeria, but Western Nigeria was competing with United Kingdom and America. When we got television, Spain did not have television. Most Eastern European bloc, they don't know what is called television. Every black African country, not a single one had a television. The whole of Nigeria, not a single one had television. It was Western Nigeria led by Abagun, and many other skyscraper that it is like Yena. The thing came, stadium, the thing came, and then when Baba now realized that hey, the way we are going, our people are not thoroughly educated, he now introduced free and compulsory education. Because the weapon for development is education. If you are not educated, you know, you are good. You might have money today, by the time educated get there, one policy.
You did make mention of the late Pa Awolowo as the main man who founded AFÉNIFÉRÉ way back through Egbe Omoduduwa in 1951. Now, when Egbe Omoduduwa was founded and those who wanted to deviated into politics, and then Action Group was formed at that time. Now, when problems came, was there any gap in between that moment when AFÉNIFÉRÉ ceased to function, obviously due to military intervention and coups to which many of these social cultural organizations such as Egbe Omoduduwa, which later translated into AFÉNIFÉRÉ, was truncated? Was there any gap in between?
Thank you very much. Well, correction, Egbe Omoduduwa never translated to AFÉNIFÉRÉ. AFÉNIFÉRÉ was a different organization, although those who are running Egbe Omoduduwa, like Baba Awolowo, who was the general secretary of Egbe Omoduduwa, they formed AFÉNIFÉRÉ. Then to answer your question, when the military came in 1966 and they banned all organization, yes, AFÉNIFÉRÉ, as Yoruba would say, they were still meeting. They didn't call it AFÉNIFÉRÉ, they call it Committee of Friends. It's called a Committee of Friends because the ban political meeting. They see that AFÉNIFÉRÉ is a political organization. So they were meeting as Committee of Friends, still meeting under Chief Obafemi Awolowo and all those who are AFÉNIFÉRÉ, like Alhaji Jakonde, Baba Abraham Adesanya, Baba Adebanjo, Baba our present leader, Fashion Roti, and many other people like that, you know. So under Professor and all those gentlemen, they were meeting as Committee of Friends. And then when they raised the ban on politics, they came back. We have very, you know, he started again under AFÉNIFÉRÉ banner. That was in 1979.
That was in 1978. 78, yes.
That was 78, wherever. Yes. You know, we started the democracy again in 1970.
Okay. The UPN, MPN days, and then UPN gathered. Yes. Now, now that we are going a bit deeper now into the activities of AFÉNIFÉRÉ group, how come, Chief Omololu, how come that AFÉNIFÉRÉ group is now more divided than before? What are the reasons for this division within AFÉNIFÉRÉ?
Well, my brother, I don't understand. I don't know what you mean by division. Those I told you that are still the foundation of AFÉNIFÉRÉ. They are still there. When you talk of AFÉNIFÉRÉ, you talk of Ayo Adebanjo, you talk of Fashion Roti. You know, those are the critical AFÉNIFÉRÉ. The other person is Baba Fasomi, you know, who are old members of AFÉNIFÉRÉ. Those who are student members of AFÉNIFÉRÉ were the likes of Professor Badi Akitoye and when we say younger, not young, but they were academics, were intellectuals at the back. In those days, yes, who are always to the core, but the leaders, those they are still the one up to today, So, and then again, it's very, very possible. People will want to check out. I want to go and do my own things. I want to be way AFÉNIFÉRÉ doing. I want to go and do all. It is allowed. It has been happening since 1962. When there was problem with Action Group, when the opposition they rolled Baba into treasonable felony. Other group came up, called Abagun Kole Omololu, to challenge AFÉNIFÉRÉ. Unfortunately, you see, when whatever you are doing, if you are seriously doing it for the truth, AFÉNIFÉRÉ, at the end of the day, Abagun Omololu was just like emotional. It went by the wayside. When Babangida came, in order to challenge the status quo again, he set up this what is called new breed or something under one of my boss senator from Imeri, Dr. Lajimoke. At the end of the day, the noise was so much. But the Yoruba people believe it. No, a heritage in AFÉNIFÉRÉ. You can't just come from nowhere. It's a heritage. We are not going to live. So, and it didn't just folded like that. Even within the AFÉNIFÉRÉ, there are some of my group within AFÉNIFÉRÉ. Because there are so many infighting, they said no, we want to charge a new course. They started their own. It was called Renewal, AFÉNIFÉRÉ Renewal.
AFÉNIFÉRÉ Renewal Group, the ARG, which I am still coming into anyway.
Exactly. They started their own. But the thing is, they believe in everything that I want to believe in. It's just a question of style. When they don't like the style, we can do it better. They're still doing it. But the real mainstream AFÉNIFÉRÉ still remain the mainstream AFÉNIFÉRÉ, and so on and so forth. So this is human. But although I will tell you why I don't buy into people that I want to do my own things. No, I like to stay inside there. Whatever the problem or challenges, I will want to face it inside. We those of us who has this British training. British England is the most conservative of all the nations in the world, both Labour and Conservative Party. Look at everything about them, they guide it jealously. The English heritage.
Yes.
Is an organization that protect everything that is English. They protect the monarch. They protect the monarch. The monarch is the symbol of unity. The monarch is English, there are Scottish, there are Welsh, there are Irish, but everybody accepts the monarch as the symbol of unity for the United Kingdom. They call it United Kingdom. Nobody is challenging it. The Queen of Scots were there before. They have their own king. Cornish in Congo, they have their own monarch. But they've agreed that, okay, let us, and they're English. And up to today, they're still the first one become the king or the queen, and so on and so forth. Look at the Conservative Party. Right. They are there. There is a 1923 committee that is there. They are just like what they call Baba. If anything was to happen, when Minister Thatcher was getting away with murder, they call Margaret enough. They call her to other. When they want to challenge the Labour Party, the man who took UK to the European Union, Lord, I've forgotten his name. He was a chancellor under Labour Party. When he was himself and Lady Shirley Williams, they were strong Labour this thing. They challenged the Labour Party, but the thing never worked. At the end of the day, when the thing never worked, they go and join the Labour. Now the Labour has consumed them. You see, when something is an establishment and an institution, I have studied it. don't waste your time in challenging it. There is one spirit behind it. It is better we make it strong and strong and strong so that other people will say, it's become a myth. It's become a myth that people cannot unravel it. What is this? So this is my own. That is why you see who says there is no challenges within AFÉNIFÉRÉ. There are challenges. We are human. We are human. Who are going to be?
I want to really dig deep into some of those challenges with you, because now AFÉNIFÉRÉ had in the past provided opportunities for the likes of Bola Ahmed Tinubu based on the platform of the fact that they want to carry on from where our old late sage Papa Awolowo stopped his work. And we in the diaspora now find out that those caliber of people betrayed the Yoruba tribe, the Yoruba race, because in 2003 elections, AFÉNIFÉRÉ was divided up. And that was the division which I was talking about. Some group went one side, other group that were staunch AFÉNIFÉRÉs remained. So that division is exactly what I want to discuss with you now, that some politicians are now using members inside AFÉNIFÉRÉ group to foster their own political ambition. How do we explain this, Chief Omololu?
Thank you very much. You know, you know. I mean, you have explained so many things that happen to us within us. Some group will be after being made by AFÉNIFÉRÉ. They believe they can do more by challenging AFÉNIFÉRÉ authority. I go and set up their own empire. It's democracy. Nobody's going to stop them. But it depends on we, the Yoruba people, either to accept their leadership or to reject their leadership. You are going to balance between who is telling you the truth, who is your backbone, who is covering for Yoruba nation, who has been the one that has fought, who has died for Yoruba land, AFÉNIFÉRÉ. You know, if any other person believe he can do it better than AFÉNIFÉRÉ, good luck to them. You know, good luck to them. You know, we will pray for that person, but if it's not as according to the way Yoruba people want, it's a very, very delicate, very, very delicate. Let me give you an example of somebody, the Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò for Yoruba nation. He has the largest following in Yoruba land. I can assure he has more than 6 million members. That one can wake up today and say, I want to be a Afonja, and challenge the authority of all the leaders in front of him and say, yes, I can be leader. But because he knows history, that you cannot do it. You know, let me manage my own organization. Let me manage. He has branches across the world now. He has troops. If it's violence, you want to violence, he can call out troops. You know, but yet he understands what Yoruba, what heritage means. I will never in my life attempt to challenge the heritage we have built for 79 years. You know, in this country. You know, so those are the person like that, you know. He's doing his own thing, he's cooperating with leaders. By the time we went to the national conference, one of those, you know, that he went, if anything is going to happen, Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò, ẹ jẹ́ ká ríra o, Baba Adésanyà, before you know, as a young man, he's there. Baba Fashionati, you know, everything he wants to do, he plays a phone calls to all the leaders. He doesn't do anything on his own without the leader, without taking all the leaders and most of the monarch, paramount monarch into confidence. You know, that is what they call Omoluabi. You know, that is where I believe we're supposed to be doing. You know, it's not that we set up to challenge this. I mean, a lot of people will see you as an unserious, and Yoruba has grown beyond that. We are not ordinary. We are a peculiar nation. We are the only nation in one of the world, like the Jews, who can say, yes, we have one identity. The Jew will say, our father is Abraham. It's only Yoruba land. Yoruba nation in Africa can say, yes, our father is Oduduwa. You go to Oshun, the same food. You go to Igbotaku, my hometown, the same food. You go to Iri, the same food. You go to Egba, the same food, the same fila, the same asho. We are too, you know, we are peculiar. We are peculiar. We are specially created. We are just in a nation, in a geographical entity called Nigeria. You know, we are not in the same category with anybody. We are not being proud. We are not. Let me give you an example. One Igbo boy read something in Westminster Parliament Library, classified documents. One time, he came to my office on the Oak Kent Road. He said, "Omololu, I just read something." He was a medical doctor. You know, it's late, and I used to work in the Elusian Hospital. Yes, I just read something now. Do you know Bermuda Triangle? I said, I've heard of it. He said, I read something about Bermuda Triangle. The Americans, they took a submarine underneath the sea to see why is this place like this? When a plane fly too low, the plane will go down.
Yes.
When the ship go there, the plane will wreck. Is there a spirit here? He went underneath the seabed. You know, in Igbo we find out something. And all the antiquae they go there, they took it to Harvard and Oxford. They now conjure the whole together. They realize a word has existed in this place before.
Atlanticity.
Maybe they were just too. Yes. A word has existed in this place before. You know, and then maybe God wants to disperse them. Maybe their power is just too much. You know, who are the antifies they brought together? All these things they now realize, Ogun, Yemoja, all this, all that. It's Yoruba people. So it's not that Yoruba boy that told me to so an Igbo doctor in the United Kingdom who showed me this. That's why I know I am. So I belong to a nation that is part of world history. So that is who we are. Those who have been trying to persecute or want to kill us, if I go into history, my brother, by the time they set on us to destroy us in 1962, you know, they sent our leader to prison. By the time they were killing each other, our leader was protected in prison. Our leader was protected in prison, the chief of Abagun Kole Omololu. You know, by the time he came out, they used him to bring Nigeria together, to show that the world knows this. And again, one guy came, he said his name is Sonny Abacha. He set up everything that you know.
I knew the battle and the efforts you made to dethrone that government from London, Chief Omololu.
You see, we were in a meeting one time in UK, a guy called Kole Omololu. You have heard of Kole Omololu. You were one of those involved in the Babangida Okaku. He was part of the head in the DECO team. So we were doing that meeting somewhere in East Dulwich. You know, he said, you these Yoruba people. When I come back to the world again, I am going to be a Yoruba man. He's from the South. I said, what do you mean? Tony, his name is Tony. Tony, why are you saying? I said, you don't know who you are. You fought a military government dictator to stand still and won without a single bullet being won. I said, well, really?
Yeah. In fact, that is now taking me to another very terrible grayish area, Chief Omololu, because we've got the likes of you. We've got the likes of Professor Banji Akitoye. We've got the likes of Chief Olu Falaye, Baba Fasoranti. But I don't know about Chief Bisi Akonde for now, because he's on allegiance to Yoruba land. He's questioned by me. We've got the likes of the late Pa Adebayo Adefarati and all these great Awoists that really fought for the interest of the Yoruba land. And then we've got the likes of Sheikh Dr. Abdullahi Adelabu here in the UK, who continue to truncate the efforts of the works of people like you in AFÉNIFÉRÉ in securing a better deal for Odudua land. What have we got to say to this? Because I will probably describe them as moles or maggots. What do we do to bring these people back in line, Chief Omololu?
Thank you, my brother. And one of our leader of blessed memory just passed on, not quite about 2 years ago now, Sir Olani Wajayi. You know, only Adabi Jaojepe. Adabi Jaojepe. Afito Bashori Otito Lawa. Those who are advocating us. I mean, all this kind of thing has been when the children of God are gathered together. Lucifer was there. God did not send him away. He was telling that they will always be like that. The son of perdition will always lower their head, but a just nation will still exist. So maybe we shouldn't be naming names, but I will not be naming names. I'm a lot more.
No, I will. You don't want to name names. I will name names. Chief Omololu. You don't have to name names, but I will name them, and I will shame them.
Thank you, my brother. So with whatever we can do, you see, let me tell you, all those who are running AFÉNIFÉRÉ, look at the longevity God is giving them. But Bafashionat is 94. He will still chair our meeting 4 hours. Without anything, without sleeping, and his intellect is intact.
Still intact.
Baba Adebanjo is 92 years old. Baba is still flying everywhere. Any meeting, Baba is still there. Any meeting in Abuja, in Lagos, in this, in Akure, Baba is still there at 92 in the name of God. Where did they get their strength from? Ori of me. All those, if you see the lives of
grace.
If you see those of us that assist, we cannot match them when they are walking. Pam, 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 pam.
No.
The like of Obadipo Laiton, who are in their late 70s. You see our General Secretary, Bashon Arugofa. He's like a guy. He's in his 80s. You see that? You see, these are the old grace that God is given to all these people. In Wotobatin show, a lot of things mama feel care, and they are not hungry. That is why they are unbending. They are not hungry. You see, our leaders that are hired, Chief Olufalaye is a Yale graduate. Senator Kuromu is a PhD in engineering from Harvard. Professor Bolaji Akiyemi taught in Oxford University as a lecturer. These are first grade individual human beings who makes up AFÉNIFÉRÉ. So many of them, like, so you can have your billions in naira, in dollars. That is not that is a problem. Those who will tell you that you take it to heaven. I said, build a better society, build an institution that will help our generation yet unborn. Look at all our children abroad. We want them to come back to Nigeria and come and display. Let me give you an example of one of our children born abroad. The former minister of finance just passed on. His name is Kemi Adeosun.
Yeah.
Man, everybody knew that this is the best that has ever happened to Nigeria. She will never lie. She will say the truth. She will confront the truth. She will say what it is because professionally. Because of the heritage he has and because of where she is coming from abroad, born butter bread abroad. But all those who believe if she's not working to that bit, they find a way of truncating whatever it is. The young lady is enjoying, is being rewarded with jobs across the world now. So that is who we are. So all those who believe they want to be sabotaging AFÉNIFÉRÉ, it's like Omale. Don't give your words to a labor band. That's what they are. Then Omale bastard. AFÉNIFÉRÉ is the voice. Everybody believe it. Let me tell you what we are doing right now.
Please do.
Look at the meeting that all the Igbo Ohanese, Pandef, all the Niger Delta, all the Middle Belt forums, the Southern Kaduna, all the minorities in the North and Northwest. We have a meeting. We have a meeting. And we are meeting day in, day out. Hey, nobody should believe that if anything happens to Nigeria today, it's gone beyond North and South. It's not about North and South. Majority of the people in the North, they are progressive. They are in alliance with AFÉNIFÉRÉ. They are in alliance with AFÉNIFÉRÉ. There's an Indigo led by John Wodo. John Wodo was a product from University of Ibadan. You know, we speak with one voice, and then apart from that, from cultural angle, we now realize we are seriously related. All the DNA, African DNA in all these people I've mentioned, show 100%. All those that are, let me use the word, Dabaruos, who want to wage war against them, they have only 34% of African DNA, African blood in them. They are Arabs. They are Arabs. You know, we now realize a lot of people migrated from Ife, even the Igbos. Igbos, let me tell you, the Igawas were given back by Yoruba. The Yoruba people gave back to Idoma. Idoma gave back to Igbo. It is now open. The DNA has confirmed it. It is not that I am saying as history. DNA
Yes, I
has
think I read it as well. I read it somewhere.
You read it?
I read it somewhere too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's more or less the world started in Ile-Ife, and people start expanding, you know, to the world. No, so this cultural affinity now, we are bringing it together. We had a colloquium one time. The Jaja of Opobo was there, the Ubi of Onitsha, the Oba of Benin, the Ooni of Ife, the king of the Galas from Benue, from Kaduna, and so forth. You know, so these are the things we are doing that people believe AFÉNIFÉRÉ is not doing enough. We cannot.
Now let me take. Yeah, we some of us in the diaspora, we know that AFÉNIFÉRÉ is doing a marvelous job, but then when the works of the likes of Chief Kole Omololu is now being truncated by the likes of Yinka Odumaki, telling the whole world that the UNPO is not a recognized institution that can grant independence to a sovereign state. I mean, what have you got to say to the likes of the statement coming from a man who supposedly claimed to be an AFÉNIFÉRÉ group that should have been fighting for the same interests that you and many other conservative, admirable Yoruba sons and daughters are fighting? Over to you, Chief Omololu.
Thank you very much. Let me make one correction. Well, you might have your this in about Yinka Odumaki. Hey, I beg everybody in the name of God, if he has said something that annoy you, don't because of that. This is one of the hardest Yoruba people fighting for Yoruba cause. Hey, anyway, I will not go too much. If Yinka was there is a headline from one newspaper that she said that you can even know more than me when it comes to Yoruba World Congress. You know, Yinka is extremely close to our leader. When I say extremely close, very, very close. He cannot see a pin to touch Professor Banji Akintoye. That is a statement of fact I am giving you. You know, so they are not far from each other. There are many things that Yinka has engaged with Baba and they have done together. You know, so I am not going to say that in the air, just to say that it's like a son to Baba, that's Yinka. So if a newspaper just created the headline to look for sales, it's so sad. It's so sad. What Yinka said about Umpo is that, okay, fine. Ompo. You see, when we are fighting this war, everything is good. Propaganda is fantastic. We cannot be keeping quiet. You know, to Ompo and be a member of Ompo. Ompo is a group of nations, you know, that come together, that are now being had in their own nation, more or less being oppressed, you know. So they come together. How can we be exchanging view together? Let us be exchanging view together. Then, as a group, we can be together and go to the United Nations and fight for a particular a member. You know, that is what OMPO is all about. You know, so it's an NGO, a world NGO, very good NGO. You know, so they join hands together to say, yes, let us be exchanging ideas. There have been many countries who has been able to get who has been members of MPO and now a bona fide independent country. To the glory of God, that's very good. You know, so the only two organization that has observators with the United Nations is the Vatican City and the Palestinian organization, you know. So, but having said that, AMPO getting together as a fierce group, they can still impregnate United Nations. When I say they can still enter United Nations through the Bible and press for their wants, whatever they want, you know. So that is the good thing with the AMPO. Not that Yinka did not condemn UMPO. It's the press, you know, the way the press gets some headlines sometimes, you know, and everybody was saying AFÉNIFÉRÉ is this, AFÉNIFÉRÉ is that. No. It was a misconception and what they call
I know that part of communication science. That was distortion in encoding and decoding, knowing. Yes. So maybe at some point in time, through your influence, Chief Omololu, maybe we will get Yinka Odumakin to come on this platform, because Yoruba diasporans are very angry, and he may need to come to clear himself and his name to us, because you know, as we know, Chief Omololu, that the diaspora will control and we push the button in anything that we want to happen in Nigeria. Now we're going to open up the call center for people to actually ring in. Perhaps, Mr. Thomas, could you please do us a favor to pin that number so that people can actually call in? This is the second part. We're going into the question time, and then people can ask Chief Omololu questions that you want to ask him. You're free to ask him. He's well matured. He's a learned person. He's the matured pedigree. He knows how to handle everything. I don't have to come to his rescue. And then the fourth session, we will conclude and we will deliberate within ourselves on how we can move Yoruba land forward. The call center is now open. Chief Omololu, over to you, please.
Thank you very much. I'm expecting any question. God.
Yes, I said maybe you like to get Yinka Odumaki to make his appearance, because I know for a fact that a lot of Yorubas who are in the diaspora, and don't let me deceive you, at least we reckon there should be about 5 to 6 million Yorubas in the diaspora across the whole world. So he owed each and every one of us an explanation to clear his name, or, purge himself of those allegations. So we will like to speak to him on Heritage TV. The call center is now open, guys. Maybe we want to talk on some other few bits and pieces, which is you're welcome to if you're just joining us, guys. This is the State of the Nation, and my host today is the one and only Chief Kole Omololu. Oh, who happens to be the organizing secretary of AFÉNIFÉRÉ. You see, we're bringing those that are responsible, that want to reshape the Yoruba land that you and I, we've been craving. Chief Omololu has been at the forefront of the same dream, my passion for the same realization of that Oduduwa land, to redeem my land, to redeem our land. Now, let's go into this area, Chief Omololu. We've got problems of insecurity, left, right, and center. Chief Fatanoti's daughter was recently killed by armed Fulani headsmen. What are your takes on the current insecurity state? And
you have a call.
Oh, we've got a first caller. Yes, hello caller. Hello caller. Yes, caller. Yes, caller. Oh, okay. We've got please lower your handset, please. Yes, that's better. Now, we have this. Where is
I think TJ needs to actually turn the system down and listen to the team only from one system. You can only listen to it from one system.
Yes.
Yes. Chief Omololu, this is Mr. Tajuddin Rahim. It's still echoing. So I can still hear his echo. Yeah, that's better. Thank you. Now,
no, it's still echoing. Mr. TJ, you need to turn your tune down or use an earpiece. In the meantime, I'll put another person through to you guys quickly while we're waiting for Mr. TJ. We lost Omololu as well. They're going to be back in a minute, yeah?
Yes, I think we equally lost Chief Omololu there. We lost him, and I think he's making his way back into
okay, TJ the studio. Can go now, yeah?
Okay. All right. Okay. Let me introduce Mr. Tajuddin Rahim, Chief Omololu. He's the secretary of Yoruba World Congress in UK and in Europe. You've got a question or you've got a submission to make to Chief Omololu. Over to you, Mr. Rahim.
Okay. Thank you very much for having me on this program. First of all, I would like to say a very big thank you to our leader, Chief Omololu, for coming into this program. And thank you also, Heritage, for accepting me to, be part of this program. Chief Omololu, on behalf of Chief Professor Banji Akitoye, I want to thank you. I'm thanking you. And on behalf of Yoruba World Congress, UK and Europe, we thank you also for the contribution. We've been listening to you. We've heard all the good things you've been saying about our organization, our leader, and everyone. Just to clarify a few things, sir, which you have already done today. The UNPO thing, you've actually cleared it, and you've told the whole world that it is a thing. It's not just a mere a gesture in the struggle to bring Yoruba sovereignty to come. That is one. And secondly, we Yoruba World Congress, we never said that we are completely out of AFÉNIFÉRÉ organization. I think I made that clear during the meeting or the interview we had with Iba Gani Adam, that at the time when we Yoruba youth and so many groups, we came together and we actually want somebody that will have a voice, that who already has a voice in the midst of the AFÉNIFÉRÉ group. And that was the reason why we went and we nominated Professor Banji Akitoye to be our leader. So for Professor Banji Akitoye to be our leader, he has nothing whatsoever to have taken him away out of AFÉNIFÉRÉ. He is still AFÉNIFÉRÉ. He's one of the leaders in and he will always be AFÉNIFÉRÉ. So we will want you to clear this to everyone to know that Professor Banji Akitoye has never for one time says, oh, he's not AFÉNIFÉRÉ member. That is one. And secondly, we, the Yoruba World Congress in the UK, in Europe, we are working hand in hand now with the rest of AFÉNIFÉRÉ here in the UK and Europe, and we will make sure that unity we're having here in the UK, Europe, we want you back home to make sure that you're going to, extend that hand to the rest of our people in Nigeria. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, my honorable secretary. There's nothing we can do without unity. We are fooling ourselves if we don't unite. What are we fighting for? We are fighting to leave bondage. We are fighting to get out of slavery. Our Omalade, some down to So, thank you. We have to do that. But by the time we are doing it, we do it with Omoluabism. Let me tell you, with my relationship with Baba Akitoye. He came back from from USA just a few years ago, about 4 years ago. Came into AFÉNIFÉRÉ. When he got there, Moribu, yes, I have so many things in common with, because the way we see things, those of us who come from abroad, we are so objective. There's no subjectivity in anything we do. It's the way the thing is. So there are many things that I did, but Baba was the one who protected me. Saying, no, these are the young people we want, who will liberate our nation. So that is my relation with Baba. I'm very close to his daughter. So Baba is the chairman of the political committee of AFÉNIFÉRÉ. And thank you, you some group, you say you want a leader when you picked him. That is very good. We are still fighting the same thing. But what I will advise, and you have started it, working together. Working together. You say you are working with AFÉNIFÉRÉ group in UK. Fantastic.
Oh, yes.
Fantastic. Please continue on that line. Continue on that line. And then Baba too and his group in Nigeria, they should start that. They have not started that. That is the gospel truth. Anything that they are doing, AFÉNIFÉRÉ does not know anything about it for now. Those are the area of weakness we more quickly turn into our strengths. Because the way Yoruba will be seeing it, they will be seeing, another group is out to be challenging the authority of AFÉNIFÉRÉ. That is the implication. And Yoruba don't want that. Nobody wants any disaffection now. I have mentioned a group now that's so powerful. OPC, Odua People's Congress, who has been on for almost 32 years. We work hand in hand with AFÉNIFÉRÉ. All the monarch from the Ooni of Ife, Aláàfin of Ọ̀yọ́, Olúbàdàn, Àwùjalẹ̀, Aláké Ẹ̀gbá, Ẹ̀wí Adó Èkìtì, Àbòdì Ìkálẹ̀, Òṣìmọ̀wé Oǹdó. When they hear the name AFÉNIFÉRÉ, this is our group. This is the person we are dealing with. I want to represent one. So this is the way Yoruba people want to be seeing us now, highly united. So I sincerely implore everybody to please work for this unity. Don't let people be seeing that our own group, their own group. We are playing to the hand of the enemies. We are playing to the hand of the enemies.
In fact, you just made a very good point there, in which from we Yoruba World Congress here in the UK, we've been able to overcome the line of communication there, whereby many people think they can just come out with a kind of different narrative, which we do not want. What we've done here in the UK is, among the Yoruba media outlets, we try to adopt one single point of communication whereby our word, our message can go. I had a very good meeting with one of your officials here, your Secretary of Diaspora, Engineer Kayode. I believe is in contact with you as well. And he said, yes, Mr. Tajuddin, why don't we come together? This information that has been going out from different stream is not making us any favor. And I said, yes, I totally agree. We will now start to work together. Our information will be in one. Our press release, in fact, we will start to come together and make sure that it's coming from the same hub, one port. So everyone in the UK, Europe, in fact, in Nigeria, can actually emulate that. So what we are a very good practice that we already started here. I want you to guarantee us, can you also have that same in Nigeria, so that, because you just made mention of how the media took the word of Mr. Odumaki and then change it. And some of us, we don't like it. I'll be very honest. So how do we, work on that? Because we've already started this here. And I want you at the same time, because you are the organizing secretary of AFÉNIFÉRÉ, to actually make it work for your officials here in the UK, especially your diaspora official, so we can work together. It's not going to be in a situation whereby every social media, they could just come into you and then different type of story flying around. We've managed to get that sorted within we Yoruba World Congress. I want you to guarantee us, can you do that for your AFÉNIFÉRÉ officials in Europe and in Nigeria as well? Thank you.
Well, you have the one, the way we behave in UK. That is what you are displaying. What we want is the best for Yoruba nation. But let me advise you, I am now in Nigeria. There are many people in this group who is doing it for personal gain. Tony, I am telling you the truth. I want my I share everything because we want our nation, Yoruba nation, to be like a UK, to be like that. So many people that you are seeing here, hey, I'm doing this. You see, you are my own. I am telling you, you are my own. I cannot lie to you. So what you have said, yes, in Nigeria, Black Baron, I know one of the leader, who is the leader in AFÉNIFÉRÉ too, has been making one or two this thing. Last a phone call. I happen to be my very great uncle. For no, this thing is getting out of hand. Some people you see, now where they started to cause dichotomy between Yoruba World Congress and AFÉNIFÉRÉ. One, they started addressing our Baba as Yoruba leader. What is sacrilege? And Papa never say he's the leader. Baba has a leader. He was sitting in our meeting, AFÉNIFÉRÉ meeting, the last meeting we had before the pandemic, this thing that Everybody should sit at home. In which his allegiance to the leader, Fashoroti and Adebanjo, was restated over and over and over again. They have been together for God's sake. Maybe you don't know Baba. It was during the word here. It was Prophet that was second in command, fighting, putting his life at stake for Yoruba nation and for the group. Ṣé irú group yẹn lẹ rò pé bàbá máa fi lẹ̀? Bàbá ò ní fi lẹ̀ o. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ follow bàbá, ẹ má mislead bàbá. I beg you in the name of God, don't destroy our leader. Àgàgà àwọn tó wà ń bí, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà UK, ẹ wà OK, mo lè fò ń gbárí fún yín. But àwọn tó wà ń bí, jẹ́ kí n jẹ owó tá máa rí gbà díẹ̀ tá máa lo bàbá ní bàbá. And bàbá come with open mind. You know, so his link with AFÉNIFÉRÉ should be strengthened. His position as the chairman of AFÉNIFÉRÉ political committee should be strengthened. He should be in constant communication with his peers. Chief Olufalaye, Bashoraru Gofa, Ọba Ọláìtàn, Dípò Ọláìtàn, Ṣùpọ̀ṣọ́ní Bárẹ̀, Yínká Odùmákin, myself, and many others. Bàbá gbọ́dọ̀ bá máa ṣe yẹn. You know, everybody will be ọkàn wa balẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn ọba ló ti ń raise concern that what is going on. They are raising concern.
If I can come in a little bit on that. Sherry, lórí point yẹn, inú mi dùn pé raise ẹ̀ sir. As the secretary of Yoruba World Congress UK Europe, and I'm saying this to the whole world, Baba always talk about our leader, not even your leader, our leader, Baba Fashorunti. It is very important that narrative, people understand that, and the rest of the group, tó jẹ́ pé a gbé bàbá pé ẹ wá ṣe olórí wa, it is because we want the AFÉNIFÉRÉ, because even you made mention of it that at some point àwọn kan ti fẹ́ sọ di political party, and I am happy you made mention of that. And they sọ pé no, you are a father figure to every Yoruba group. So for that reason, Baba sọ fún wa all the time, when you take Baba Fashorunti, you take Baba Adebanjo, who else that Mumbe? Baba Banji Akitoye now, you know, and he has never for one time denied that. In fact, we that were following him, he said, well, I want Baba in you. And we know that even before we went to, you know, ask Baba to be our leader. So, kò ń ṣe wípé a fẹ́ kó ẹ̀yìn Baba sí àwọn Baba wa tó kù, gbogbo wọn ni Baba wa. And I want the whole world to understand this. So wípé kán kúrò nínú AFÉNIFÉRÉ. In fact, a fẹ́ kí àwọn AFÉNIFÉRÉ nígbà tí wọn ò máa gbọ́ nǹkan tí àwọn èèyàn ń sọ mọ́, wípé nǹkan ti ṣẹlẹ̀ o, ìtorí ẹ̀ la ṣe lọ mú yàn nínú AFÉNIFÉRÉ pé come and be our person that at least can take our message back to our fathers to say, this is how our feeling is. We do not like the way it's going now.
Our message back to our fathers. But Prof need to start. Prof has not been doing that. I'm seeing it open.
Okay.
I will come and go. That is Prof is my father, for God's sake. I love that man. But again, Prof, oh yeah, can't take Ibeya can cement kia, Kawayima Ridiwa. You know, Kayima Ridiwa, secretary. You are one of those who will be saying all this. Kama Ridiwa. You know, so I want Baba Adebanjo, Baba Fashorunti, Chief Alaye, childhood friend, wọn gbogbo wọn ká máa rí wọn kí gbàgbọ́ wa ká gbogbo àfọ́tò ká máa fohùn ṣọ̀kan gbogbo wọn tá ṣe ń lo Prof. This organization that we say we have with all the other nations, Prof, ká máa rán lọ síbẹ̀ now. But again, listen, they cannot send Prof there. Prof, I hope I am explaining the facts, all these facts that is there. You know, one fellow about one G or had his Indi books or yeah, Professor Banji, go there. A fellow about middle best or go there. You know, but now that World Congress has come, you know, that he can it be yes, very lẹ́yìn wọ́n ní Yorùbá kìnìkan tó ń jó lórí òkè kìnìkan ló máa lù nísàlẹ̀ you know that is bó ṣe ẹ kàn ṣe yẹn ẹyẹ máa pa
bàbá ó tọrọ inú mi dùn pé ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ń wáyé. I am so happy, but at the same time sir ẹ má bínú sí mi o ṣé can you also see, or let's be honest pé tí ò bá jẹ́ wípé àwọn nǹkan kan wà tí ò lọ bó ṣe kó ṣe máa lọ àwọn ọmọ yín àwa tájọ́ ọmọ yín ǹjẹ́ àní sọ ìtorí ẹ̀ ló ṣe jẹ́ pé ká tá fi sọ pé ẹ wo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀. For example, UNPO tá a kọ́kọ́ gbé jáde inú wa dẹ̀ dùn púpọ̀. I am so grateful that you all accepted us, you took it and you said even Iba Gani Adam inú mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín o wọ́n ní no ẹ ti dá sí wa lọ́rùn sìn. It is now all for us. It's now for us. One question tá a tún wá ń béèrè tó jẹ́ pé some of you in AFÉNIFÉRÉ you will say or you will shun the question or you will say I don't want to answer that only because from Yoruba World Congress point of view we want a total sovereignty of Yoruba nation, but you've not been able to come out, and that is a question that is there. We cannot shy away from this question, sir.
Secretary.
Yes, sir.
If time borrow election, I've been interviewed several times. You know, now, Baba Abraham Adesoya, what is so for several times. Kò sí bàtà máa ṣe Yorùbá máa di autonomous country. A máa gbòmìnira wa. A máa gbòmìnira lẹ́sọ̀ náà máa ń kébù sí. Are you with me? Lẹ́sọ̀ gbogbo tẹ̀ ṣe inú wa ní ẹ̀yin bàbá Ọláníwájà yìí. Ẹ̀yin ọmọdé yẹn ti ẹ̀dá sílẹ̀. Ẹ̀dá lẹ̀ sí wa lọ́rùn. But kò ṣe nu àgbà máa ń káyé ni. Are you with me? Àgbà máa ń káyé ni. Òun wọ́n tún fẹ́ ìwọ̀n bàbá Adébájọ́, òun tún fashion ọ̀tí kó wa máa sọ pé afẹ́gbọ́n àwọn tí tó bá dá gbáwó tí United Nations tó máa pè tó máa bá sọ̀rọ̀ kán ti mọ bí tó dúró sí ní from day one. Ọgbọ́n clever ní o. Mi fẹ́ ṣe pé mo tún ẹ̀ sí Yorùbá sí pé sọ lóyìnbó. Kó jẹ́ pé Yorùbá nìkan ni ló máa bọ́tọ́ wá ká edit bẹ̀rẹ̀ kò ní nǹkan tá a sọ ibi kan tí mo sọ ká edit ẹ̀ kó bẹ̀. Ta ló sọ pé nǹkan tẹ̀yìn ṣe pé òun kò lọ́wọ́ sí? Ta ló sọ wípé nǹkan tẹ̀yìn ṣe pé kò ṣe? Wá àwa ni ó pè é sìn pé that is what is called plan A and plan B. I hope you are listening to me. Plan A, plan B.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Okay, káṣí máa fa kínní lọ. Ọ̀rọ̀ true federalism tá a ṣe ká máa fà lọ. Ibi àbá fàdé tó bá wa ṣe plan A ẹ wà lórí plan B lè bá wa tó lọ. Tí wọ́n bá ṣe kíní tí wọ́n bá ṣe kíkà edit kíní kò ń bẹ̀ ṣe tọrọ mi ti yẹ kó jẹ́ láàrin ara wa. Ẹ̀yin
inú wa dùn sá.
Àgbọ̀dọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀
ṣẹ́rí oyè wa so ṣẹ́rí ohun tó wà ń bẹ̀ ni wípé here inú mi dùn olóòtú and Heritage TV for bringing this ahead. We have already started that amalgamation of Yoruba groups into one. Our Elders Forum in the UK, they are all behind us. Wọ́n ní pé yes, it's our pẹ̀lú ní wọ́n ti wà pẹ̀lú wa. Àwọn OPU náà àti bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ inú wọn dùn. And in fact, I'm organizing that meeting that we're going to be meeting. And when the time comes, I'm gonna release a single press statement to the whole world. Ṣé rí bá ti ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìsà níbí ẹ̀yin bàbá wa a fẹ́ kí n torí àwọn èèyàn pọ̀ tán ṣe máa wá call wọlé a máa fẹ́ wípé kẹ́ wà pẹ̀lú wa kẹ́ fún wa ní gbogbo support ta need kẹ̀dẹ̀ kẹ parapapọ̀ ẹni tí ò bá tètè pera wọn meet yourself in the middle. And because the whole idea of ego, the whole idea of saying, oh, until I'm called, I think is really hurting the nation. The whole idea of saying, okay, no, dúró de anybody kí Yorùbá World Congress ká tó lọ register Yorùbá Nation pẹ̀lú UNPO. Ṣẹ́rí bí ta dẹ̀ gbé dé nsìn sà, ó ti tó àsìkò pé kí oníkálukú ká gbárùkù sí kinní sà. Ẹ̀yin la dẹ̀ máa pè láti èní lọ sà, mi ò ní jẹ́ kẹ́ gbádùn o, torí bàbá wa náà nìyí. So mo fẹ́ kẹ́ rí i pé nítorí gbogbo ayé ló dẹ̀ ń gbọ́ wá ń sìn. Láti inú UNPO bó ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ń sìn, mo fẹ́ pé kẹ́yìn náà wà lára part of the process of how the next step that we are going to take. Your representative, we will with wholeheartedly la máa welcome wọn pé be part of this process. So kò ní jẹ́ wípé ẹ ṣe ń da ṣe dẹ̀ fẹ́ da síyàn, ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ da síra wa lọ́rùn ni. You know, so that way, torí tẹ bá gbọ́ nǹkan tí bàbá wa Ìbà Gani Adams sọ, ó ní Yorùbá máa jó lọ, mò ń wẹ̀ yẹn, òun ló pọ̀ jù nínú wọn. Dẹ̀ fọ́rọ̀ yẹn mọ́, àwa ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ń sìn, a ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ o, ẹ̀yin ló kù. Ṣé máa wo àwọn ọmọ yín kẹ wá sọ pé rán yín iṣẹ́ mọ̀ pé ibi tá gbédé yẹn a ti kọjá stage yẹn sà. A stage to say I do not know, a stage to say I am not aware, a stage to say I'm not going to be part of this has gone. So, and I'm happy you said you are happy with what we've done so far. So how do you want to be part of it going forward, sir? That is now, what I would like to hear.
Now, I thank you very much. Like Riley said, yes, I made mention that, yes, what AFÉNIFÉRÉ is on is true federalism, which gradually is coming on. When you look at Amateku, which is about security, that's what we've been saying all around, So yes, let us be in charge of our security, for God's sake. How can somebody from Abuja know what is happening in Ifo or blah 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 and so on and so forth? So it's coming on gradually. So and then when we see at the end of the day, if these people were telling that this is why Nigeria would believe Nigeria should be the way it was pre-1966 and you refuse, then it's not going to be when our youth say this is what they want. Don't expect us to be against our youth because they are the owner of tomorrow. A lot of leaders, they don't want to be part of slavery, and they are not going to be part of slavery. If they say this one, don't expect us to call them to order. This is the way we are handling it for now. But again, I plead again, there are some areas that we have to be extremely careful for now. Look at, from empirical evidence, look at the IPOB. Our Molomo, they were marching with their flag and everything. They don't hold any gun. Those who are holding AK-47 roaming about the street, kidnapping, raping, stealing, killing, they did not arrest them. They did not arrest them. They were just arresting those who are civil protests. And you set out crocodile smile and you mow them down like dogs. Yeah, their leaders ran away. Our own is going to be like that. We have never been fighting our war like that. We fought in Nadeko Abacha. We are going to fight them. Whatever is going to do, we are going to do. So these are the kind of guidance AFÉNIFÉRÉ will be telling you, why you want to be. You see, and then another thing is that we have grown up. Yoruba is a nation, big nation. We are not like others. We are not like IPOP. We are not like Osaka. We have gone beyond that. This is our intellect. We are seriously going to use it. It does this. It was agreed that a lot of people should run out. The life of General Akinyade, Professor Akinyemi, See you Adebayo. Everybody, oh yeah, go out, go and be fighting it. Some of us will be healed. Those who are at home, they clamp them into prison. They clamp Baba Fashionati, they clamp Baba Adebanjo, they clamp Olufalaye, they clamp many of them. They clamp them in prison. But at the end of the day, God vindicated them. Those who clamped them in prison died because from along. So, as Ibukun from Odono to feel Bonshi, I'm a Bonshi. I had a she, in Cotenshi, and she looked, boy, my party were people to Papa. Don't make too much noise about it. Just be doing on that. I want what a man look. Owo is extremely important. The Jewish Congress, one of the richest organizations in the world. Those are the areas that concentrate seriously.
You've just made mention of a very important point in Benyesa. Sherry, where we are now, you can see that Yoruba World Congress is made up of so many groups. We do not have money, but we have integrity. And there's so many people thought you were forgotten. But once upon one and those are the people don't form Aramojo, don't form Yoruba World Congress. They are not the budget holders. But Tabari àwọn tó di budget ilẹ̀ Yorùbá mú. And we are there to tell them, look, enough of you just put your face or, mind somewhere else, pretending as if nothing is going on. And that is why we will need people like you, sir, because you are our father, our leaders. Ẹ ti sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ náà pé kò sí ẹnu lè ṣe owó ni a máa nídìí owó yẹn láti lè ṣe. Ìtorí ẹ̀ ni mo ṣe kọ́kọ́ sọ fún yín lálàkọ́kọ́ pé ibi tá a gbé dé yẹn sà tẹ́yìn náà dẹ̀ ti rí pé àwọn ọmọdé yìí ṣe bí iná ti push ẹ̀ dé. Tẹ́ bá mọ̀ wípé ẹ nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí ohun tá a ti ṣe yẹn ẹ̀yin lẹ mọ̀ gbogbo àwọn prominent Yorùbá wa wọ́n dẹ̀ wà nínú ẹgbẹ́ Afẹ́nifẹ́re. Ara nǹkan tá a fi mú ìkànnù yín nìyẹn wípé kó wá lead wa. Professor Banji Akintoye, because many of you knows you can easily get to the budget holders and say, look, this is, and if that doesn't happen, there's no way we're going. Ẹ ti make mention of it now. Dẹ̀ ní sọ́jú bẹ́ẹ̀ náà lọ, ṣùgbọ́n ẹ sọ fún àwọn prominent Yorùbá wa, ní pé kẹ́ announce wọn kẹ́ ṣe, but you know where we are. Yoruba intellect all over the world, I can tell you now, they are speaking with us in the UK, in Europe, in America, in Pacific, in Asia. We have managed to put ourselves together like never before, sir. And time to come, we'll be able to unveil some of the projects that we are going to embark on. And this is not for Yoruba World Congress, but for the Yoruba nation. And I'm so happy that you've lived in UK before for so many years. It is time for our people to now say yes. Let us now think differently. Let's think outside the box and to say yes. There's no how these guys can move without a proper funding. So pé a fẹ́ lọ fi ra nǹkan ogun, dẹ̀ sọ pé a fẹ́ lọ fi ra nǹkan ìjà. But there are so many institutions that we will want to knock the door to open it. Nínú owó orú, owó iyọ̀, owó aláta àwọn èèyàn tó jẹ́ pé wọn hold budget wọn la fi gbé débi tá dé ìsà. Ìtorí ẹ̀ la fi ń sọ pé ẹ̀yin bàbá wa. Isn't it the time? And if not now, when is it going to be again? Torí ẹ̀yin náà rí nígbà ayé Awólọ́wọ̀ wọ́n frustrate bàbá yẹn títí tó fi kú. Nígbà ayé Abíọ́lá ó ní bó ṣe lọ. Ìsìn a tún ti ń rí, a tún ti ń bá lọ nìyẹn. When are we going to say enough is enough pẹ̀lú gbogbo tá a ti ń sọ? I believe that we've got there now. We should now see that we have nowhere going anymore. At Ideogiri, we either, now face the fact or we will all perish. Thank you, sir.
Thank you
Yes.
very much.
I think yes, I think I have maybe Chief Omololu want to respond to that before I introduce Irelu Abikade Adegoke, who I can see on the screen. Maybe you want to respond, Chief Omololu.
I think it's just an explanation he made, it's just an explanation he made, which is self-explicit, so
Okay,
because of time,
I
we
can.
should go to the next.
Okay, I can spot. Let me introduce into the podium, into the show. Irelu Abikade Adegoke of Crystal TV. You know her very well, Chief Omololu, one of our foremost
Do I?
broadcaster in those days at Empower Radio with Ayokoka. You know this woman very well. Now, maybe you want to take over and then probably carry on with Chief Omololu for us, please.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone out there. First of all, I want to correct you. My name is Erelu Abike Olagoke. Olagoke. And thank you, sir. Having said that, I would like to welcome and appreciate our father, Abagun Omololu. Thank you so much for coming. I believe you recognize my face again. If not, probably you remember me as Tomilola. So you're welcome, sir. I've been listening to you right from the start. I do not want to drag you back again, but I want to appreciate everything you've said. And I want to say a big thank you to you for being a good leader, an exemplary one to say. Thank you, sir. That is number one. Moving forward, I don't want to repeat what you've said earlier on or what people and my colleague has already mentioned, but I have to bring your memory back to it a little bit. Is about, I personally I don't think AFÉNIFÉRÉ really want the solidarity of Yorubas. Because if you do, pardon me, I stand to be corrected here, because if you do, the for the solidarity and the unity of Yorubas, as we all want to come together to move forward, to get out of all this mess. I think wherever the issue is or are should be resolved behind closed doors. Ṣó ti yé yín sà, àwọn nǹkan tí kò bá tí a bá fi tẹ bá fi wò pé kò right, maybe or one or two people láàrin àwọn bàbá tó bí wa lọ́mọ, I think you should be able to resolve it, because AFÉNIFÉRÉ has been in existence for only God knows, since maybe when I was not even
79 years.
born. I'm expecting
79
the
years.
AFÉNIFÉRÉ. Can I please finish, sir? I will be expecting the AFÉNIFÉRÉs to please call everybody together and try to iron everything out, rather than, being against each other. Kò dáa, àwa Yorùbá ẹyọ kan ni wá. A dẹ̀ sọ pé a fẹ́ kí ohùn wa kó ṣe ẹyọ kan. Kò sí bá a ṣe máa mọ̀ rìn tí ẹnìkan ò ní tẹ ẹnìkan lẹ́sẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀. Kò sí bá a ṣe mọ̀ ṣe tí ẹnìkan ò ní sọ wípé kò yẹ kó rí báyìí báyìí ló ṣe yẹ kó rí. And I heard you said that some people are doing it for their own gain. If you think so, and the AFÉNIFÉRÉs are not doing it for their own gain, I think it will be appropriate for them to gather together and resolve this in the house, and so that the Yoruba can move on. We are tired. Ó ti sún wa sà. A dẹ̀ fẹ́ sún síwájú. Ìyà tá a jẹ ti tó wa. A fẹ́ di ẹyọ kan náà. We've been preaching love among each other. So tí anybody bá tiẹ̀ ní any problem, it is something that can be ironed out. Kò ń ṣe nǹkan tá a máa jà sí all the time, táwọn tí ò tí ì darapọ̀ mọ́ wa máa rí wa all the time, because ó máa ń fa ìfàsẹ́yìn ni. It will drag us back. So, sir, with all due respect to your personality, sir, I'm expecting you to please help Yorubas, especially those of us in diaspora. You've been one of us before. You know where we stand. We want this to move forward, and we need your help, sir. We want you to do a good, the kind of person that we know you to be, to please bring the AFÉNIFÉRÉ together, so that whatever the issues are can be resolved as soon as possible. Thank you, sir.
Thank you
Yeah,
very
thank
much.
you very much.
Well, let me address Abika Ade. Well, I'm going to
Yes.
address you to me. To me, I'll define you will get is that when I was called yesterday or today, how can Tumi not get my number and speak to me before this official thing? So a lot of once you are off the scheme, collect my number, then we speak. So we've known each other for a long time. To me, it's a very, very good friend. Now, like Riley said, I plead that we should not insinuate something, which we are insinuating. I don't think there is any fight between anybody. We can only criticize ourselves. There's no fight. There's nobody is against anybody. I mean, Aaron Okonkwo has come here. He has explained. Where is the fight coming from? Who is fighting who? Nobody is fighting anybody. I've just explained now. What you want is that yes, it has to be like that. But you must know that if you don't want to tell them, you want to ban Binus Baba. Let us talk about this in the house. This we have. And somebody said things cannot be. Yes, everybody agree with that. Maybe the style. We are talking of style now, that the style we are using, but not fight. Those who are fighting us, they know each other. Those who are not for us, who are using this division to get political patronage in Abuja, to be looting all the states that they are administering in, they know. And it's not us. It's not AFÉNIFÉRÉ or white Yoruba World Congress. Definitely not, So there is no fight. There is no fight. We should not insinuate it at all. If there is a criticism, it doesn't say that we don't like each other, we don't love each other, And then again, whatever AFÉNIFÉRÉ stands, regardless of what we say, and I still keep on pleading, the voice of the Yoruba nation is AFÉNIFÉRÉ. If the Fulani are coming to negotiate with Yoruba land, it's AFÉNIFÉRÉ they will call you. The AFÉNIFÉRÉ now will now invite leaders of groups. These people say they are coming. This is where it has been, and it's still. If federal government is doing anything now, I'm telling you, they want to negotiate. They want to do anything. Come on to AFÉNIFÉRÉ. When our leader's daughter was massacred, was murdered by this murderous headsmen, you can see the federal government sent a delegation. The vice president recognized the position of AFÉNIFÉRÉ. All the leaders in the southwest, they recognize the position of AFÉNIFÉRÉ. So that is what we must build on. It's a heritage of everybody. It's a heritage of everybody, regardless of the group. Every group is allowed to grow. Every group is allowed to go. You must go. Catch work of you more. When you are growing, remember yourself. When you say you want to compete with your sons, you want to compete with your heritage, it is up to you. You are going to be the one to answer yourself, am I doing the right or the wrong thing? I am not saying anybody is competing. No. Please mark my word. Those who can do it, they have been partnering with AFÉNIFÉRÉ. OPC has been partnering with AFÉNIFÉRÉ for years and years. When the national conference was being organized in Ibadan, when everybody was called to all the southwest states, including Kogi and Kwara, it is AFÉNIFÉRÉ we use to bring everybody together. If you want to do anything today, when General Adebayo was alive, it's AFÉNIFÉRÉ they used to bring everybody together. We recognize every organization. It is not only AFÉNIFÉRÉ that is doing organization in Yoruba land. Many organizations, but every one of them recognize that this is the father, a 79-year-old organization. They have been consistent. Like Riley said, integrity, niwanta, ati honor, Onanta. That is why they remain who they are. Ohanese want to call anybody, they call on the Pandef, they call on AFÉNIFÉRÉ. So this is what we are emphasizing. We must seriously emphasize that. It doesn't disturb any organization from doing whatever they need to do for the upliftment of the Yoruba nation. But we must guide against being seen as competing. There's no need for it. There's no need for it. Be competing. Where is competition coming from? It can't come from anywhere. Then we are not fighting for the people. We are fighting for ourselves. If we say we want to go through the route of competition. So this is my word to anybody. This is my word to all the organization. Apart from being AFÉNIFÉRÉ, I am the what they call the administrator of a group called the Conscience of Yoruba Nation. Called the Conscience of Yoruba Nation. We have for you to be in that group, you are who is not there. I don't know who in Yoruba land that is not there. General is there. All the General Olubajo is there. The Oni of Ife is there. And Babadibanjo is there. Olufala is there. Alabi Sama is there. All the university professors that are backing Awoism, who believes in Awolowo, they are all there. You know, that does not make me a big man. Sheyi Makinde is there. Gbenga Daniel is there. All border governors are there by proxy. It's an amalgam of Yoruba intellectuals, billionaires, multi-millionaires, everybody there. You know, we are talking. So nobody is competing. And then immediately we say we are a subgroup under AFÉNIFÉRÉ. We don't have what we call do anything other than what AFÉNIFÉRÉ says we should do. That is that group for you. Sheyi Makinde is a prominent member. Governor Mimiko is a prominent member. Governor Gbenga Daniel is a member of this group and also AFÉNIFÉRÉ. You know, so this is my plea to everybody. Continue striving. So that they don't see us that we are competing. What we want is the survival and the freedom of Yoruba nation that they're working together. Yes, like you are started now. You are going to keep on putting all the pressure on those who are leading in Nigeria. That we don't want it with any group, especially AFÉNIFÉRÉ. Our leader, thank God you are a member of AFÉNIFÉRÉ. We don't want to hear anything about Yoruba World Congress and AFÉNIFÉRÉ again. We don't. And Baba, Prof, you must always be at their meeting so that people will know that you are still one of them. And there's nothing you do. You take your those who are your group, your age bracket, I have learned a lot from all these leaders. That's why I behave like old man sometimes. But to me knows that I'm a very young man. You know, that is why. If you call Baba Adebanjo today, it is what you are going to hear from him, that you hear from Fashion, that you hear from Falaye, that you hear from Senator Okurumu, that you hear from Obadipo Olaitan. It's the same thing. You can never ever hear. You know, so that is the way it's supposed to be done. It's not for somebody to be doing one thing, and work on that. I assure you, it will be the next one.
I think Abagun, Chief Abagun, I think I've got
one more question,
I think I've got. Okay, all right, very quick because I've got engineer. Okay, carry on.
Yeah, please, can I just finish with this, please, and then I'll let's go. Yes.
Okay.
Abagun,
yes.
Our father, Abagun Omololu, thank you once more for your explanation. We've heard you very quite clearly. We've heard you clearly, sir. We're going to work on it. But one more thing that I need to say to you, sir, is that what is paramount at this stage is bringing us together. Ẹ̀yin àgbà náà lè máa pa lówe wípé àgbà kì í wà lọ́jà kórí ọmọ tuntun wọ́. Ẹ má bínú pé mo pòwe níwájú yín sà. Abagun, the AFÉNIFÉRÉs, they need to bring us together. All those names you've been mentioning, they either the past governance, people that are in government before, big names that you mentioned before, but our youth are saying that they want to be part of these importance or they want to be listened to, and that is why they want us to come together. Wọ́n fẹ́ kẹ́ bring wa together wherever it is. Ẹ̀yin ló yẹ kẹ́ máa ṣe, ẹ ti wà kan tó bí irú àwa kan tó bí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nínú wa. We want you, sir, with all due respect, we want you to take this back to our babas, our forefathers, that this is what we want. It's not about the elders alone. Àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké kan youth kan wà náà tí wọ́n ní what we call brain, that wọ́n need to listen to them. So we want you to be able to listen to our youth as well. We need you to encourage them to come forward. Now we are coming forward gradually, and gbogbo wa la rí pé ìfẹ́ ò tó láàrin wa. And ìfẹ́ yẹn ló tún ra erode away gradually, ó slip away gradually, because ẹ̀yin là ń wò gẹ́gẹ́ bí aṣíwájú wa. You should be able to bring us together. Kẹ́ wá síta kẹ́ preach. We've been preaching about this love and all that we need to come together. So tó bá ní ibi díẹ̀ tó kù sí, we expect ẹ̀yin bàbá wa tá a bá láyé, torí a lè gbọ́n tó yín láéláé ni. Kẹ́ lè kó wa papọ̀ ibi tó bá kù sí. This Yoruba World Congress, if it's something that you guys àwọn bàbá wa, sorry to use that word, ẹ̀yin bàbá wa tẹ́ bá like it, it's something that they can come together, call our Baba Akintoye together. If you are not happy for him to lead us, it's no problem. We just want Yoruba to come together. We don't care ẹni tó lead wa tó bá ṣáà ti ní knowledge láti lè mú wa kọjá gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìgbà ayé Mósè. Nǹkan tá à ń fẹ́ nìyẹn. A fẹ́ kúrò nínú oko ẹrú yìí. Ẹ wò bí wọ́n ṣe ń pa àwọn ọmọ wa káàkiri. Àwọn youth wo ò níṣẹ́. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ń pa àwọn èèyàn wa ní gbogbo ilẹ̀ South. Wọ́n ti yí wa káàkiri. We are very, very scared. We need something to be done. Still, I need ìrànlọ́wọ́. What I'm talking about, and really, you know.
What I am going to promise you, are you listening? What I'm going to promise you is that, one, it's my job as the organizing secretary, like Riley said, you know, I'm the bridge between the old and the young. My job is to organize and mobilize people. That I am in charge of that. What you are saying, I didn't make on do. Yes, you are making my job very, very simple. You know, if not for this company, after this thing is the grace of God, and there's free movement, over the UK, all over the world, how we are going to harness this unity very, very well. You know, so I am in charge of that. And then lastly, what you are going to do for me is that now you this objective UK all over the world group, you are going to hammer Lori Awotowa Nigeria. This is, we want unity. And then you can easily get through to the leader. Wait, Baba, go to AFÉNIFÉRÉ and unite Yoruba World Congress and the AFÉNIFÉRÉ, unite them together. What are you? Baba can do it as the leader and at the same time as the chairman of the political committee of AFÉNIFÉRÉ, without seeing to, he will still be autonomous. You know, so that the world will see that we are united. How you understand what I am saying? There are some people there. To Mama and you know, Baba, you can't go to AFÉNIFÉRÉ, you can't do this. And this sort of thing will not help us. So you are going to mandate Baba, you are going to seriously mandate him. It's not everybody that he's going to call together to talk to. But just about 4 people I've mentioned. Just about 4. Once this is done, everybody will follow. Baba Adebanjo, Chief Olufalaye, Senator Kuromu, and then the General Secretary Bashorun Arugbofa, and Oba Olaiton, Dipo Olaiton. Let all those prime leaders now took with Prof, with Dr. Akingba, and
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You
Thank you
should
very
look
much.
at all those
Abagun.
people. See, àwọn ayé bá ti rí gbogbo àwọn yẹn papọ̀, ó ti ta ni gómìnà, ta ni àwọn billionaire àti ẹ̀dárúkọ, who are they that ẹ̀rù á bà wọ́n, but nísìnyí they are utilizing the division. I'm telling you, inú wọn dùn pé àhán àwọn people yìí wọ́n bára wọn jà. And they keep on milking us. They keep on selling in Abuja. They get to Abuja. One for one book, one for one make owó, one for one make a position. All they want is position. But we later one side they go up. How they will continue in multiplying their billions? Look on one. They have sold their soul to Satan. They have sold their soul to Satan. You know, anyone knows what I am talking about. It's a spiritual person. You know, these are the kind of people we are dealing with. You know, we are open-minded. We are open-minded. There are some who will be with Baba Akintoye. So nígbà because owó budget afẹ́rí kú jẹ nígbà open Baba Akintoye. I am telling you, mi ò sọ pé administration it can be like that. Nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà nìyẹn. So just make a 1 point phone call fún Baba. This is what I will please ẹjọ́. Ẹ̀yin àtàwọn leader méjì Dr. Mosakingba, Arogundade Akingba, then Akoguntola Adeni. Ẹ̀yin mẹ́ta ẹjọ́ go and hold an important meeting with àwọn tatu dárúkọ. Mo ti fún yín lórúkọ àwọn tó ń pọ́n máa pè é sí. Don't bother to call small boys like us. We are small. Níta àwọn àgbà tí ń sọ̀rọ̀ tán ti wojú ara àwọn wọ̀nyí. We are officers. But àwọn àgbà tó determine nǹkan tó lọ àwọn ni mo ti kọ́kọ́ fún yín ẹ̀ o. That's a secret I will leak to you. Bàbá ti lè kó wọn jọ. So, I mean, I will repeat again, the leader of AFÉNIFÉRÉ, Ruben Fashion, OFR, Baba, the leader, another leader, Bayo Adebanjo, another leader, Chief Olufalaye, Senator Kurumu, another leader, Bashonaru Gofa, and then Oba is now a king. Dípò Ọláìtàn, àwọn mẹ́fà yẹn. Táwọn bàbá yẹn bá fẹ́ pe anybody síbẹ̀ ó kù sí wọn lọ́wọ́. Ó ti tán. Gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń tán sí kò sẹ́ni tó máa ní sọ pé yẹn ká sọ eléyìí ẹni sọ pé kí yẹn ká bá nìkan wá ní. Ta ló rán iṣẹ́ náà máa sọ? Tí Abagun bá sọ pé kò ṣe àwa lẹ́yìn. Ó ti tán nìyẹn. Nígbà tó kọ́ tó bá gbọ́ lẹ́nu tó bá kí òun lẹ́nu bàbá.
Thank you very much, Chief Omololu. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, thank you very much, Chief Omololu. I'd like to introduce onto the podium, Engineer Okpanuga. Engineer Okpanuga will like to ask you one or two questions. Engineer Okpanuga, over to you, please.
Hello, I guess. I really appreciate your coming. Don't let me take your time because time has been far spent. Because our viewers, they are expecting much more from us and they want it to be very, very brief and concise because talk, as they say, is cheap. I just need to, first of all, say this, that because I have to be very emphatical. We have to say it the way it is because we are leaders of thought too. I am 50 plus, so nobody can regard me as a young man. I'm not a young man. I'm a leader. Because most of our age mates are presidents of many great countries. And when we use this kind of words in front of them, they just look us and say, what are these people talking about? I must say it very clearly that without missing words, the Yoruba leaders have failed us. And they have failed us woefully. Woefully. It is very, very pathetic. But we are not talking about the past anymore. We know what has happened in the past. The past has brought us into slavery now. Most Yoruba children are abroad doing great things. And some of them are the people you are seeing as well. But back in our country, we are being relegated. That is a fact. I'm not making this up. Now, Chief Omololu, I really appreciate you. I could see your passion, but you are a drop in the ocean. The big ocean is Yoruba people generally. We need to work together now, because people abroad, we are now galvanizing each other. We are putting all our differences behind us. We will not be calling anybody to go and unite. We are not calling anybody, any of our leaders, oh, please unite. We are telling you, go and unite, because it is the new frontier now. Because we, in our 50s, we will not allow anybody to sell our future anymore. We don't want any unnecessary gathering that is not in line with the unity of Yorubas and the aspirations and our Yoruba Oduduwa nation. That is our collective decision that should be put before any group in Nigeria, the Hausas or the or anybody. That is why the Hausas are taking advantage of us, and we cannot take that anymore. We are intelligent people. We are very educated people.
Engineer
So, sir,
Panuga, you need to round up your question quickly, please. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So, sir, we appreciate your work. I'm not going to give advice, sir, but we are telling you, sir, that we are working together with you. We are working together with all the stakeholders in Nigeria, and we will do everything humanly possible to ensure that our aspirations across the world are felt in Nigeria, and they're going to be felt soon, because we're not taking this anymore. It's not possible for us to see our children being killed, no job, when we know we have all the expertise to make it happen. So this is a direct information I am sharing with you, sir. And I really love what you are saying, because I can see that you want to do something, but some people are trying to impede on that. And we will talk about it. We will deal with this issue. It's not going to happen this time around. Thank you, sir.
Yes, Abagun, maybe you want to respond, and then we will round this up, because we're just coming to an hour.
He needs to respond to that, because he said it's an advice. It's a message for Abagun to try and fix some few things. So the lines are open. I'm gonna try and put the first caller through to you. I'm going to take Engineer Panuga off so that he can go on his own way. Thank you, Engineer Panuga. The first caller, please go ahead, sir.
Okay.
Hello.
Good afternoon, sir, in the studio. That you were Engineer Abagun Eshegon, sir. Thanks for coming on the show.
Your name and where are you calling from? Your name?
I appreciate your question. I appreciate
your name and where you calling from.
Sorry about that, sir. This is Oluwatobi calling from Italy.
Okay, I thought as much.
Sir, my point in this whole discussion is this. Before I make my point, sir, I would like to acknowledge Mr. Tajuddin. From the way he has spoken, I know that what job has really gone on about the bringing everybody together, sir. I really appreciate that. But let's not forget what we are talking about here, because Daddy spoke about true federalism.
Your question is 2 minutes.
Let's not even go there. Yeah. What we want is our nation. We don't want to have anything to do with these Janjaweed people. Let them go on their way, sir. That is what I just called to talk about, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay. Now we should separate. We should separate ourselves. Hi, Chief Abagun, over to you, sir.
Well, we have explained over and over again, you know, so what we are saying. We have two options on the table. The first one is we are using true federalism to lead, and if that fails, it is Oduduwa nation. So there's no two ways about it, you know. But for the time being, you have to press on water before you press on sand. How do they, you know? So we have to do it gradually, So you cannot just wake up one day. Yes, it's going to be a treason, war, civil war, all this other. You have to negotiate and negotiate and negotiate. When you say enough of negotiation, you leave the negotiating table. My people, we have tried everything to talk to these people. They won't listen. Enough is enough. My people, everybody get ready. We are going to have our own nation. It's not going to happen in one day. The true federalism thing is still this of where exactly we are going. We have explained over and over and over again. Intellectually, let us handle that here very, very well. We don't want to keep on repeating ourselves to our nation. Of course, I have told you, I told you about this one here. I told us that is where it's going. He has said that tactics. Tafefidebe is the tactics. Most of the tactics is not going to be over television commentary or over this. It's going to be underground. These are the cabinet war rooms. Those are the area we make.
Okay, we thank our Abagun for that answer. We're going to limit people's response to questions as well. Yeah, we're going to limit people's response to questions. Just summarize your answer to them, and then we can go ahead.
Yes, Abagun said we need to handle this our case, our agitation, intellectually. We need tactics, and we need to keep talking until the whistle is blown. So
you have a call.
Yes, hello, caller. Engineer Adebayo. Okay. Yes. Just carry on. Over to you. Your question.
Republic of Ghana, 1 minute. Which was formerly Ireland. Question me, see Mr. Abagun Kole Omololu ni pé ogún ọdún let him promise wa ní restructuring. Lè gba restructuring pẹ̀lú 1999 constitution. Ìlú tí mò ń gbé yìí, ẹ mọ bọ́n ṣe bá àwọn British jà tán gba òmìnira wọn. Ìyàwó tó bí tí mo fẹ́ ọmọ Ukraine ní 70 years náà wà ní Soviet Union. Ọmọ tí mo dẹ̀ bí ọmọ ogún ọdún ni. Bí mo ṣe ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ yìí, ó lọ study, ó ń ṣe law ní Queen's University. Ó dẹ̀ sọ fún mi. Ó ní tí generation mi bá ti fail tá a gba Odùduwà Republic. Ó ní generation wò ní fail. Ìbéèrè tí mo ní nǹkan tó kẹ́rí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ jẹ́ àgbà wa. À ń fi Ọlọ́run bẹ̀yìn, à ń fi Olódùmarè bẹ̀yìn, last chance ta níní láti gba Odùduwà Republic. Tẹ́ ẹ bá dẹ̀ ti fẹ́ẹ̀lì wa, ó máa wà nínú ìṣe Yorùbá títí ayé.
Thank you, Engineer.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Engineer Adamolekun. I think I lost my voice, but I'm not too sure if they can hear me very well at the studio, and if Abagun Kole Omololu can hear me as well. I lost my voice.
We can hear you. You haven't lost your voice. We can hear you.
Thomas,
I don't think that's a question. I don't think that's a question.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I don't think that's a question. It's just an advice. So I'm going to go to the next caller quickly, yeah? Next caller, go ahead. Your name and where you're calling from. You've only got 30 seconds. If you don't finish your question in 30 seconds, I'm going to cut you off. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you very much. Àti bàbá wa náà tó ń gbọ́ sórí show ẹ ṣé gan. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ sà, ẹ̀yin bàbá wa ẹ̀bẹ̀ ni mo bẹ̀ yín sà. Ìfẹ́ ó ṣe pàtàkì lọ́wọ́ tá a wà yìí sà.
Your name?
Okay, thank you. I'm calling from Germany. My name is Sud Babalola.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ bàbá wa ẹ ṣé gan. Fún bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe wálé nínú mi dùn, I'm very happy with you, sir. Pẹ̀lú bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe wá sí balẹ̀ lẹ́ni sà. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ sà, AFÉNIFÉRÉ is one of the very senior organization in Yoruba land. We are really proud of you. But ẹ jọ̀ọ́ sà, ilé kan mo fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sà. Àwọn youth ló ní AFÉNIFÉRÉ ní. Tí wọn ò bá ní youth, àwa ti ready o. Seriously gidi gan. A ready gidi gan. Gidi gan tẹ́ ní kì í ṣọ̀rọ̀ eré. A ready gidi gan sà. Torí ó ti tó gẹ́. Iṣẹ́ dẹ̀ ti kọjá bí tẹ́ expect sà. Ẹ̀yin bàbá wa sà. ẹ jọ sà wọ́n gbá wa lójú ìjọsí wọ́n gbá wa ní ojú wọ́n pa ọmọ bàbá yẹn wọn ò ṣe nǹkan kan dé sí yín àgbẹ̀ ẹ jọ sà ẹ̀yin bàbá wa ẹ jọ sà irú ò ní ṣẹlẹ̀ sí yín sà kò dẹ̀ lè ṣẹlẹ̀ sáwọn tó kù náà wọ́n tún gbẹ̀rọ afáláyè ẹ jọ sà ibẹ̀ ni mo bẹ̀ yín sà wa yóò tún yìí àrẹ́dì sà àrẹ́dì tó bá máa gbà ní sà yóò bá láti lọ fẹ́ negotiation iṣẹ́ ti kọjá bí tẹ́ expect sà o.
Okay, thank you very much, Kola. We're gonna have to go
Thank
on
you
to
very
the
much.
next caller. Thank you.
ọmọ Oòduà tọkàntọkàn ló sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ọmọ Oòduà gbogbo yín tọkàntọkàn I am in love with you now you are right but amúkun ọrùn ẹwọ́ ìsàlẹ̀ ìkáwó Afẹ́nifẹ́re pariwo títí okay election la ṣe fi ń ṣe the first time ọ̀gbẹ́ni tó wà ń bẹ̀ tó sọ wá dẹrú yìí apariwo fún yín pé bàbá yìí danger ló ń bọ̀ yìí o àwọn kan bí ẹ̀yin náà wà ní wọn gbà gbogbo lóyìnbó if you talk yíra ní corruption PDP ti pọ̀ jù kíníkan àní a mọ̀ pé this is bọ̀bá bala evil and darkness olóńbọ̀ yìí o at the end of the day àwọn èèyàn wa ló help ẹ̀ èyí ni wọ́n dé fún òun náà dé fún Muhammadu Buhari pé akẹ́lẹ́ gbá tiẹ̀ at the end of the day wọ́n gbé síbẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n á wò wọ́n pé.
You have a call.
àwọn èèyàn múgùn wọn á gbalẹ̀ mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ sí òun ni ó ń bọ́lẹ̀ ṣé Afẹ́nifẹ́re òun ló ní olóko wá sí wàhálà àbí àwa fúnra wa sí ibi tí àgbàlagbà bá jókòó sí ó ti ń wo danger ọmọ tó bá lọ wo ó ti gorí skyscraper ó lè má rí we have said all these things times and times and times again you know that evil is coming darkness is coming into our land we won.
Thank you, Daddy. We're going to go to the next question, sir, because of time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next caller, go ahead.
Yes, your next caller.
Good afternoon, sir. Chief, good afternoon, and welcome to the show. We're very glad to have you. I'm going to ask my questions in very quick sequences. First of all, would the Afẹ́nifẹ́re agree to the clamour to join with the other southern states, i.e., the Biafrans and the Niger Deltas, to achieve our aims for independence? And the second question is, what influence does Tinubu have on the Afẹ́nifẹ́re? Would he be a stumbling stone in?
Can I take those questions away from you, Sister Buki? I'm gonna take that questions away from you. I'm gonna move to the next caller quickly.
Right,
we will answer that question to you in privately. Thank you very much, Sister Buki.
Yes. Next caller. Next caller. Next caller.
Caller, go ahead.
Yes. Your name and where you're calling from. Have we lost the caller again?
My name is Tomilola. I'm calling from United States.
Go ahead.
I thank
Tomilola, you're welcome.
Baba Omololu. But alas, Baba, I'm so disappointed in all what you told us this morning. My spirit is as if I'm having hypertension because I don't expect help. Now, sir, we have moved past this. We have moved past negotiation.
Caller, I'm gonna take it away from you from there. Caller, hold on, please. I'm gonna take it. Madam, Sister Tommy.
Ẹ má jẹ́ kí iná ẹ̀ kó jó rẹ̀ yìí. Ẹ ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ yìí sà. I'm just feeling wípé ẹ̀fọ̀ wa ń fọ̀ pápọ̀ lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ èjò. Àwa ọmọ ọ̀sìn yín, especially àwa tá a wà abroad, we cannot be fooled. We refuse to be fooled again, sir. So ẹ bá wa sọ fáwọn bàbá wa, àwọn Afẹ́nifẹ́re, wọ́n máa bá wa níwájú ni because we have made this journey reduce for them the stress ní àwa ọmọ kéékèèké ní lálọ́ kojú ẹ̀. We have made the journey reduce the stress for them that la gbé kúrò. So ẹ má fà wá sẹ́yìn mọ́. We are moving forward. If they are not ready to join us, Olódùmarè, Odùduwà will back us up.
Thank you, caller, because of time.
Thank you,
We are moving on. It's not by force. Now we're in that contraction. what you guys want with us. If that is what you guys want with us, work with us. And we'll be working behind the scenes for you. But we still recognize our elders. All we want is that we don't want our coming generation to be wasted, and we have been wasted. God bless you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next caller, you can leave the answer to that one, Abagun. You can leave the answer to that one. I will exchange your number. I will link you up with Sister Tommy, and you guys can have a chat later on because we need to iron some few things out there. Caller, go ahead, your name and where you're calling from, and straight to your question. You got 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Okay, my name is Urukomini Shula. Honestly speaking, I want to align myself with the last one. Inú mi ò dùn rárá pẹ̀lú nǹkan tí mo ń gbọ́ lẹ́nu bàbá láàárọ̀ yìí. Inú mi ò dùn. Honestly speaking, ọjọ́ ọ̀nà fẹ́ gba instruction federalism tó ń sọ. We want Oduduwa Republic. Ẹ bá lè lead wa kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó lè tọ́ nímọ̀ ẹ̀ láti lead wa. We are get tired of all these things. I'm not happy at all. I'm not happy.
Okay, thank you, caller. I'm gonna take it away from
Thank you, caller.
God bless you. Next caller, go ahead, and I will probably answer that question for you guys. Next caller, your name, where you're calling from, and your question straight away.
Yes, Emi ni mo sọ̀rọ̀.
Yeah, go ahead. You're live.
Okay. Good afternoon, our daddy Abagun. Ẹ ṣe gan ni pé ẹ dìde lẹ́ni, ẹ má jẹ́ kí n waste time. Ṣé rí ẹ rí the version tí àwọn èèyàn fi ń sọ̀rọ̀ ní ọjọ́ yìí? Ìyẹn máa ti mọ̀ wípé we have had enough ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Àwọn tó ń dà wá bẹ́ ẹran yìí, wọ́n mọ̀ nǹkan tó ń ṣe. Wọ́n dẹ̀ wọ́n mọ̀ ṣe máa ń play wa. Ìyẹn ni àwọn èèyàn tó wá rí pé ń sìn, wọ́n ti sún akọ ògiri. Kì í ṣe pé gbogbo wa la nífẹ̀ẹ́ Nàìjíríà, ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n tá a wá ń sìn. Tá a bá tún sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ìwọ ni restructuring o, ìwọ ni federalism o, bí ìgbà tá a bá waste time ara wa ni. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ afọlọ́ọ̀bẹ̀ yín, ẹ jẹ́ ká sún síwájú, ẹ jẹ́ kí Yorùbá nation, ẹ jẹ́ kó emerge, ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo àgbáyé mọ̀ wípé ìyà ń jẹ wá. Àwọn Palestinians gan ayé mọ̀ wípé wọ́n ń jìyà pé wọ́n nílùú. Àwọn tá a nílùú, ẹrú ni wọ́n ní ìlú wa. Tẹ̀síwá owó àdúgbò Palestinians lọ. And yet our elders they are squabbling. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ afọlọ́ọ̀bẹ̀ yín. Nǹkan tó bá máa gbà ní ká fi fún a fẹ́ Yorùbá Republic, a fẹ́ Yorùbá nation. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sún síwájú, aṣíwájú ni wá. Wọn ò lè máa dẹ̀ wá bí ẹran káwá sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn adé ẹrú. They have taken us for granted for 60 years. Kí la tún fẹ́? Níbo la tún lọ? Ẹ
Thank you,
jọ̀ọ́,
caller.
ẹ
I'm
fẹ́
gonna
Yorùbá
take it away
Republic.
from you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
The reason I take it away from the caller is because the reason I take it away from the caller is that yes, Abagun is here. We're passing on the information to him. He doesn't have to respond to some of them, but he can take the
Yes.
question back to all the people there and they can talk about it. Caller, what's your name? Where you're calling from? And go
Where you
ahead
calling
straight.
from?
You've only got 1 second. You've only got 30 seconds. Go ahead.
My name is Yesterday Levy Coca. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi kò pọ̀, mo kàn máa sáré ni now. I'm going to speak both English and Yoruba. Nǹkan tí mo kàn fẹ́ bèèrè ni àwọn questions. Number one, group wa this Yoruba kini. Mo hope pé wọ́n ní belong to any political party, i.e. PDP or APC. We are not interested. Secondly, we are fed up of betrayals. We hope that we will not never or no more have any more betrayals of our leaders leading us astray. Thirdly, I need the assurance fún àwọn èèyàn wa because it's about time. And then lastly, I need the awareness so that àwọn tí wọ́n ṣì ń doubt, the doubting Thomases, wọ́n kọ́ lè fún ọ ní kọ́ lè jẹ́ kó mọ̀ ń pa ẹ̀ and the benefit.
Okay.
And nǹkan tí mo kàn máa sọ ni pé ẹ ṣe gan fún gbogbo nǹkan tẹ̀ ń ṣe.
Don't go
Àwọn
away.
yìí náà dẹ̀ wà pé wọ́n ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ lè mi.
Okay.
Every day la fi ń gbàdúrà ní pé ní agbára Ọlọ́run àwọn ọmọ Odùduwà máa ní títí wa àwọn oníṣẹ̀ṣe náà dẹ̀ ti ń dìde torí ànígbà. Enough is enough.
Thank you very much, Sister Tommy. Yeah, but don't go away. Stay there. Stay there. Stay there. Don't go away. Sister Tommy, I thank her for that question. How many times you yourself have shared this program today for awareness? It doesn't start with Abagun. It starts with every one of us, right? And with so much support, collaboration, look, there will always be doubting people. My name is Thomas, right? And it takes a long time. If you look at, I'm gonna show you a screen now. If you look at Engineer Okpanuga there, it will tell you that some few months ago, if you talk to me about Nigeria, I will say, please, I don't want to know. If you talk to me about Africa, I don't want to know, right? But someone changed my mind. How many people's mind have you changed personally? Yes. Yeah. No. I'm just saying it collectively, so that we can know what we are all working on. No. Don't respond, madam. Wait. Don't respond. Keep your response. The reason I said keep your response is that it is not you personally I'm talking to. I'm talking to everybody who is online. Every one of us has got a job to do. We've got a part to play. Support the movement. Do your best. There will be people that will always want to put people down. Don't let us get moved by that. Let us just keep pressing the gas. Don't respond. We just gonna keep pressing the gas, and we're gonna get there. Moses asks, madam, don't respond. Don't respond because of that, right? There will always be traitor among us. We can't stop it, because even in the days of Jesus, there were traitors. But if we keep pressing and we don't let them derail us, we don't let them let us lose focus, then we will get there. Thank you very much, Auntie. God bless you. Please keep supporting everybody that's doing this good job, and we will get there quickly. I'm gonna go straight to the. Okay, please do, yeah, please. Okay, please do, yeah, please, yeah. Thank you. Next caller.
Yes.
Next caller, go ahead. Your name and where you're calling from. Straight to the question.
From Cambodia. My name is Paul Olatunjoye.
Thank you.
So, inú mi dùn láti pẹ́ lórí ètò yìí, but mo kàn máa sáré sọ̀rọ̀ ni because of time. Ṣé àwọn Afẹ́nifẹ́re yẹn, we are tired of them. Ṣé rí bí tí Yorùbá World Congress tó báṣẹ́ dé sí pẹ̀lú àwọn group tó kù, a lè rọ̀ mọ́ anybody mọ́ kán máa ṣẹ̀ wá fàṣẹ ìsẹ́yìn kán jọ.
Uncle, can I say something to you? Hold on, Uncle, hold on, right? We've passed the stage of saying this one has done bad in the past, or that one have done that bad in the past. We don't want to go there anymore. We just want to go forward, right? If Afenifere has been bad in the past, wait. If they've been bad in the past, let them come and realize. When they see, sometimes your action will change people's attitude. The way you deal with them, the way you interact with them, the way you rein them in. We want everybody on the straight line. We don't want any black dog or black sheep anymore. We want to rein everybody in line, and we're not going to crucify anybody. Whatever they've done in the past is in the past. What we want to do, we want to keep going forward. Thank you very much, Uncle. I'm going to take it away from you. Okay, go ahead. Don't worry. No. Uncle, you're not listening to me. You're not listening to me. Baba Akintoye cannot choose himself. I am very liberal man. Baba Akintoye cannot choose himself to be the leader. We choose the leader. And whoever we put in front is going to be the leader. At the moment, Baba Akintoye is who we have voted for and choose to be our leader. Until we said, maybe Baba is doing something wrong. These people, we need the adults. We need the adults. We need all these adults. Anybody that said they don't need the adults, let them take a Omorugu and use it on their own elderly in the house. And let's see it from there. Thank you very much, Uncle. I'm going to take it away from you. If you have any other further question, call me personally. I will deal with it for you. Thank you. God bless you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Next caller, you got 30 seconds. Your name, where you're calling from, and your question straight away.
Italy.
That is a scholar from Italy.
Mo fẹ́ bèrè wípé ìlú Ìlọrin àti Ṣakí àti Kogi kí ni nǹkan tí ọ̀wọ́n dádì wa fẹ́ ní ṣe nípa àwọn pípù yẹn láti join Odùduwà Republic.
Okay. Stay online. Don't go. Your chief imam of Ilorin will be here sometimes within the next week. So we will keep that question to him because it's part of this group as well. So don't worry about that. We keep that question till next week. And later on along the line, we're going to bring somebody from Kogi and they will tell us. We will not push anybody to where they want to be. People will tell us where they want to be. You understand? That's what we're going to do. Thank you very much, sir. God bless you.
All right.
Next caller, your question and your name, your answer, your name and where you're calling from, and straight to your question. Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Chukwemeka. I'm calling from Germany.
Thank you, sir.
Contribute to see
My brother, everybody is allowed on this platform. We don't discriminate. We're very accommodating, right? All we're looking for is the progress of our land. You speak Yoruba very well. So why are we going to stop you from contributing? Go ahead, your contribution, sir.
nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ contribute ni pé gbogbo tí gbogbo nǹkan ṣe ń lọ nísìn gbogbo wa mọ̀ pé nǹkan ò lọ dáadáa. So ibi tí àwọn bàbá wa tẹ̀ ti jáde pé àwọn náà fẹ́ jà fún òmìnira Yorùbá Republic nítorí ìyàwó mi Ìgbò ni Yorùbá ni ìyàwó mi tó bá jẹ́ bímọ tó ọmọ mi bá bì lọ́wọ́ mi pé kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ tí àwọn Biafra ò ṣe rí òmìnira ọ̀ kí àwọn òtútù ò ṣe ní òmìnira èmi máa nà ká sí pé òkè àwọn báyìí nílẹ̀ Biafra ni ò jẹ́ kó òmìnira wà o tó máa ní kó lọ bèèrè lọ́wọ́ ìyá ẹ̀ tí ìyá ẹ̀ bá sọ pé àwọn báyìí ni so ibi tí gbogbo kíní ìṣe ti ń yọjú báyìí bá fọwọ́ papọ̀ ká support and nǹkan tí mo jẹ́ tó fẹ́ sọ ni pé àwọn Yorùbá kí àwọn náà jáde dáadáa sí gbogbo nǹkan tí ẹ̀ ń ṣe yìí nítorí mo máa ń tẹ̀lé yín dáadáa máa rí pé most of Yorùbá kò support ẹ̀ even tí bá sọ fún ọ̀rẹ́ mi pé Odùduwà Republic wọn wà ní irọ́ ní àwọn kò lè ṣẹlẹ̀ so
Thank you very much, sir. Next caller, your question, where you're calling from, your name, where you're calling from, and your question straight. Go ahead.
My name is Adisa. I'm calling from London. Esheungon for the program. The Heritage TV. I really appreciate it. You're doing a fantastic job. Straight to the point. My question is this, sir. To Alejo Alere to Moki Insa and
you got 10 seconds left, sir.
Yes, anything outside Odùduwà Republic, we will not align with it, sir, with due respect. True federalism is late.
Uncle, I'm gonna take it away from you quickly, yeah? Everybody knows where we're going. Everybody, I've told you so many times on this program today. We're moving train, we're not stopping. Nobody's gonna hold us back. If you're on board, you're on board. If you're not on board, you can stay where you are. Thank you very much, sir. God bless you.
Thank
you. Next caller, go ahead. Your question, your name, and where you're calling from.
ọmọ Yorùbá ìdílé mi o Olúfúnkẹ́ Ládéjọbí lórúkọ mi mò ń pè láti ìlú Amẹ́ríkà ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mo kàn fẹ́ appeal sáwọn èèyàn lórí platform yìí ni ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká fi àná sí àná ẹ jẹ́ ká kí omi tuntun kó rú ẹ jẹ́ ká kóra wa pọ̀ ká bára wa ṣèkan ẹ jẹ́ ká bọ̀wọ̀ fún àwọn àgbà ṣe rí ìrìn ta fẹ́ rìn yìí ó ń ṣe ìrìn tó yí sí bọ́tọ́ Ọlọ́run á mú wa délẹ̀ lérí ẹ jẹ́ wá sọ nǹkan kan àwọn àgbà wa à lè ta wọ́n nù tó bá tásìkò kan tó bá ta kókó àwọn àgbàlagbà yìí la máa pè é tó máa sọ bó ṣe máa rí fún wa ẹ má jà dà wọ́n nù ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mistake ti wáyé ó ti lọ ẹ jẹ́ ká gbàgbé èyí tó ti wá ẹ jẹ́ ká jẹ́ kómi tuntun kó rú ẹ jẹ́ ká fi àwọn àgbà wa ṣe aṣáájú wa ká á sọ fún wọn ibi tá a bá ti fẹ́ kọsẹ̀ wọ́n á lè fi ọ̀nà wọ̀n wá ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mo bẹ̀ gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ìlú òyìnbó akànrí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ó ní báwọn náà ṣe bá lu wọn débì níjọ́ tó bá bímọ kọ́ ló ń rìn ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mo bẹ̀ yín ni ẹ jẹ́ ká pera wa padà ẹ jẹ́ ká pè fún àtẹ̀dọ́ wa ẹ jẹ́ ká farabalẹ̀ gbogbo wa lára ni kò síbi tá a wà tá a gbádùn àjò dàbí ilé ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mo fọlọ́run bẹ̀ yín ẹ jẹ́ ká lísìn tí àwọn àgbà wa ẹ jẹ́ a nídìí wọn kò sí bá ṣe lè dá ṣe a nídìí wọn experiences matter ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká set forum tá máa ti bára wa sọ̀rọ̀ bí ọmọ Yorùbá tó ní làákàyè tó wá láti ilé tó dáa nǹkan tèmi fẹ́ dá sí nìyẹn.
Thank you very much, madam. God bless you. Bye bye.
Next caller.
Caller, your name, where you're calling from, and straight to your question.
Hello.
Hello, go ahead, please.
Yeah, good morning and good afternoon.
Yeah, your name, where you're calling from, and straight to your question.
Okay. Orúkọ mi ni Princess Oyèrónkẹ́ Ọlájókòó Akínlolú.
Thank you.
Mo ń pè láti Ìbàdàn.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Our capital. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. Your question.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Ìbéèrè mi fún Abagun ni wípé kí ló dé tí àwọn Afẹ́nifẹ́re ò kó àwọn ọmọdé, àwọn youth àtàwọn obìnrin mọ́ra? Kí ló dé tí wọn kó wọn mọ́ra láti ilẹ̀? Torí èmi gangan fúnra mi, mo ti ready, mo ti try láti join Afẹ́nifẹ́re.
Auntie Ronke, Auntie Oyeronke, I'm going to take it away from you from there, right? Whatever they've done in the past is in the past.
Okay.
We are now in the present and the future. That's what we don't care about the past. We don't care about yesterday.
Of course.
All what we want to know is we're moving forward. We're gonna get there, and we're gonna get there. Thank you very much. Next caller.
I'm a part of it.
Okay, don't worry about that. Don't worry about it. Thank you. Bye bye. Next caller, your name, where you're calling from, and your message.
Message question Obiri.
Hello, caller.
I have answered.
No. We don't need the back. We need to go forward. Hello, caller. Okay. Thank you, guys. Caller, your name, where you're calling from as well, please. And go straight to your question.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Rago. And basically, I have a very, very good question to ask
Caller, we lost you there. Go ahead, please. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. Your name, where you're calling from. Good.
From Baku, Azerbaijan, sir.
Say that again.
I want to appreciate all the good work that you have
You said you're calling from. Yeah.
I'm calling from Baku, sir. Baku.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so I want to appreciate all the good work you're doing on Heritage TV, first of all. And I want to comment on this program. I'm actually a young man. I'm in my 30s. And what I see in this matter is that I believe it's high time that the Yoruba people are liberated from the ends of the caliphate in the north that have put us under slavery for a long time. And my advice for the old people who are organizing or who have been organizing for a long time, especially the AFÉNIFÉRÉ, is that we don't need to negotiate anymore. We have been negotiating with these people for 60 years, and we don't want them to keep supporting one party or the other just to do further negotiations on whether or not they want federalism. What we want as youths right now is the nation Oduduwa to be realized. And that's my comment, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. Guys,
Thank you.
if you're calling about you want Oduduwa, guys, if you're calling about whether you want Oduduwa or something like that, we don't need that kind of call. Everybody knows we want Oduduwa. Anybody that doesn't want Oduduwa, they can stay where they are, right? Majority carry the vote. If you want to come with us, fine. If you don't want to come with us, fine. Whatever you want to do is what you're gonna get. One thing I know is this, right? The day of Jegudi Jera is finished in Nigeria. Even when we in Oduduwa, they will never carry it and bring it to Oduduwa Nation. When we get Oduduwa Nation, things are gonna be run differently. People will serve people. The day of saying politicians are the boss is over. Politicians are civil servants. They're supposed to serve the people. The politicians of this country or Western world, they don't earn the kind of stupid money politicians in Nigeria earn. How can someone get 18 million pounds monthly allowance for some stupid work that they don't do? And the people that are in the bush working are just the one eating, working and eating nothing. Caller, your name and where you're calling from, and straight to your question.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Good afternoon here.
Yeah, we can hear
I'm
you.
Maureen. I'm calling from Germany, though I'm not a Yoruba.
It doesn't matter.
But I follow this program.
Yeah.
So my own stuff there is, we this generation need for Oduduwa. We don't want any more this kind of lifestyle. We are tired. In life, what is constant is change. Let our elders, our fathers, know that the children these days, this generation wants change. We don't want to be chained again. We don't want to be slaves again. We don't want to travel on sea to go and look for a better life. We have all it takes. Please, the representative of the elders of the Yoruba kingdom, the great kingdom of Yorubas, take this message. Tell your people that our children are hungry. At least a good father will see the kids hungry. The father will not come back. He want to satisfy the children. Go and tell everyone that this generation won't change. We are tired. Look what is going on. Look the bloodshed. See what is going on. We are suffering. We are scattered everywhere. I am a Biafran. The same thing I beg for my people. We all need to come together. Enough of this nonsense. Please, the representative on this program, take it back to our elders, our fathers, our kings, our queens. Tell them the kingdom has changed. That the generation won't change. We want change. We want to do the work. We want another lifestyle. We want to live like human beings. We are tired to become animals. Please, this is what I am asking for. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you.
Okay, because of time, we're going to be rounding up now. We're going to give Abagun the last chance to give us his final statement, and I'll give it back to Frank Bello.
Yes. Over to you, Abagun.
Thank you very much. I've listened attentively again to all the emotional, the facts, and people believe AFÉNIFÉRÉ is all for what you are saying. We are talking of tactics now. I mean, when we started, I said plan A, plan B. So coming to abuse AFÉNIFÉRÉ is not necessary. We are more than this thing. If you are not, and I've told you that it's not something AFÉNIFÉRÉ will be saying in the open, that we want this thing, we want this thing. That is, and I told you, Baba, this one has told us. If it's lonely, so in the middle that so that you youths, and I've told you that what are the areas now that we know where we are going, and you believe the leaders should support you. Who says you are being rejected? I say there are many things we have to do. Don't rely. We are not in politics. We are not in position of authority. We are just a moral authority. Whatever any question, we are determined to answer. Yes, even everything we are saying is those that in political power that are Yoruba, that are not our number one enemy. Then the second enemy is the federal government. If those in politics, those in power in the Yoruba nation, they are not aligning to the voices and the yearning of the people, those are the ones we're supposed to fight off. And they are so easy. They are so easy. Everybody is preparing for 2023 now. Is that our problem? Is that they are the one which AFÉNIFÉRÉ, I told you, people like us are the one donating money to AFÉNIFÉRÉ. We go there, nobody pay us in naira. Look at the whole of today now. It's dedicated to my nation. I can't make 1 naira or £1 sterling for today because I want to be with my people and let us catch our Jomitoro. So those our real enemies are those in politics that Jegudu Jera. They are the one. I'm telling you, not AFÉNIFÉRÉ that you are saying that, just moral. Just moral. Who listen? Do they listen to Adebanjo when Adebanjo talks? Do they listen to Professor Adebanjo Akitoye when he talks? They are doing their own things. So those are the ones that we should be attacking. When we are attacking them, we are putting the heat on them. We are getting ourselves united for what we want to do. And then the other area is that make sure £1, £2, £3 contribution, that this thing is well expanded now. I mentioned about the Jewish Congress. Now, you must have this thing, Kotafeshi requires so much money. This Jegudu Jara will not give it to us. We are going to be the one to raise it by ourselves. You have to trust yourself. The post running around, Baba Kito that's running around in here and there. Oh, no, if you run around, if you are not careful, If they go and hijack, or politicians go and hijack what Baba is doing, that is the end. It's going to be a journey towards 2023. So you are the one that say, Baba, we have so amount of money. Or you bring your budget and we are going to fund it. Don't allow any politician to come and talk to you that, Baba, we like what you are doing. We give you this. Iranian power, they want to come and hijack. You know, so please, I've told you, £1, £2, $1, $3 central account. Once you have that, yes, it could have a low football. This is my listen. I recognize our sisters, our brother, who is Igbo by name, but Yoruba by birth, who speak Yoruba better than myself from Germany. I thank you very much. My sister that has just talked, I just love you so much. What do you do? And nature God will give it to us. My brother to do a bookie, all from America who spoke. Use everybody very well. We are still this. We are saying the same thing. We are going to the same place. Everybody wants all to do and nature. I am a proud of you. Difference. It needs a year was meeting. But because we are doing it, I am proud. Frank, you know what they said, you know, I'm a suit myself. I'm proud. I'm proud of it. I just hope we have your Kuribe, my sister. Kuribe, I will not come to the television and be saying, no, I will not come. But underground, the phone call I'm going to make to Irelu, to me, the phone call I'm going to make to Frank Bello is going to be different from, I will tell you so many things on the pages of this thing, because a lot of they are monitoring us. SSS is monitoring, especially me. You know that I know. Yeah, exactly. But by the time I use another phone now, Frank, bye, to me. Bye. That's how things are worked out. Most things are worked out on the ground. And please, any leaders, keep on telling them all these strategies. Well, I've given you where we are going. You are the one man. Propaganda, all the taxes that we are going to do, don't mention it because they should not know. Our enemy should not know. Our enemy within and enemy without. Don't believe it's only Fulani that's only our enemy. All those who are in power in Yoruba land today, they are our enemies. They are the one we say we want. If we have gotten a true federal Nigeria, we will not be talking of Oduduwa nation. But they just abandoned everything, fighting since 1951. Most of them won election. They became governor. They became senator through the manifesto, through federalism. Now they are now in the federal. They now are saying, okay, let us align with the center. The alignation with the center is to make their money big, their pocket so big. Let me tell you what they did. You know, and this is top secret, and which they know, which was read by a lot of our senior officers in DSSS. How do we teach Yoruba people? Let us use corruption. Ole, you bow. Ikuya just sing, you call him a thief. And you name somebody, you label somebody a thief. That is every Yoruba will run away from you. That is the strategy they use on this anti-corruption crusade. And look at when they got there, all the bank executive, they jailed them. They put them in this thing. Now they have stolen so much money. So much money, Nigeria become poverty capital of the world. The world. This, what we are, this the kind of government we are having now. Poverty capital of the world. They have stolen. Look at the Boko Haram that is going. Do you know the number of battalion that's in Nigeria? They put 1 or 2 there to be fighting them. Also, they will be killing our soldiers. They will be killing our soldiers. They will be voting more money there. It is all the money goes to their pocket. And then you have some of us, our political. You mentioned some Yoruba leaders. Now, you know who will be coming from AFÉNIFÉRÉ. You mentioned their name. I am not going to repeat their name again. Those are the people sitting with them in Aso Rock, deciding our fate. Don't mind them. Don't mind them. So Yoruba land is so down. I am with you. Everybody will be doing the public, of course. Who wants to say? Who wants to say? We are bigger bigger nation in Western Europe. I've said it. It's only France, Germany, and probably United Kingdom that is bigger than Yoruba land. Than Ghana. It's bigger than Ghana. The economy of Lagos is of West Africa. We are a nation. We are a nation, and we have our system that works for us. So but the way we are going to do it, and I'm begging all those youths, you are not a youth when you are above 50, so don't deceive yourself. Try grandpa. So, but I love what the one boy
Thank you.
Thank you. You begin to have success. If a 30-year-old somebody who does not even want when I will die, and is beginning to know now that this thing is yes, we are getting there. Everybody is getting there.
Thank you.
So, this is my
Thank you very much.
And thank you for inviting me here. We are with you. So, it was a matter of happy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much, Abagun Kole Omololu. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, the callers. Thank you, Mr. Thomas. Thank you for providing us the platform. Thank you, each and everyone. It's been 2 hours and 35 minutes of gross on time with Abagun Kole Omololu. You've heard it. You've heard everything. So, guys, I'd like to say a very big thank you. Perhaps later on this night, we will do analysis on today's program. As you can hear, as you've heard, the DSS, the monitoring each and every one, the monitoring heritage. Abakari, maybe Abagun Kole Omololu does not know. Abakari wanted to get rid of Frank Bello because of burning his passport, but he died eventually in the process. Guys, thank you. I want to seize this opportunity to thank you. You've heard from Abagun. If I don't trust Chief Kole Omololu, I won't bring him onto Heritage TV. He's here. We're going to bring each and every of those who are in support of Oduduwa Republic. Part and parcel of what we've done today will count towards our submission to realize our Oduduwa Republic. Guys, thank you very much. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you have not shared it, share it. Until next time, take good care of yourselves and God bless you. Goodbye.
Everybody in London, have you heard that Heritage Television has come up with something new? All your functions and celebrations can now be multi-camera live stream that was only reserved for the rich and famous. Having a function in London can be viewed clean and clear immediately from any part of the world. Trust Heritage TV to give you a better reach. Heritage Television also does photography that will make you the envy of all your friends and family. Heritage Television is the best. All your functions like birthdays, funerals, weddings, church anniversaries or harvest. Heritage Television is the master. We are in the heart of London with an ultra-modern equipped studio. You can call us on 020-800-46100 or email us info@heritagetv.co.uk or mobile 0734 1234 560. Heritage Television will do you proud.
A book can go where you can't. It can be used for study, research, and practical life application. It documents your persuasions and imparts much desired knowledge. Even God sent His Son, but left His book featuring books written by Apostle Courage. Revelation and Relationship, a book for the spiritual hungry, which unveils the person of Jesus and brings you closer in your walk with God. This book empowers your hunger for His presence and takes you to a new place in God. 100 Reasons Why I Hate Poverty. This book unveils the perilous kinds of poverty but unveils heaven's plan of unlimited wealth and blessing for the believer. If you're concerned of not just being blessed but being a blessing to your generation, this is your book. Forgiveness, God's Roadmap to Heaven. This book tackles head-on the iniquity of unforgiveness in our lives and gives us practical keys to launch us to a new life that forgives like God does. If making heaven matters to you and you need help to let go some things, get this book now. God's Weapon of Mass Destruction. This book brings to light 14 weapons God has given every believer against our arch enemy, Satan, the devil, so we may constantly be able to live a life of victory. Every intercessor needs this book. Lesson from the Furnace of Affliction. An encyclopedia on knowledge. This study guide brings divine answers to some of life's unspoken questions. In this book, you will learn about the danger of discouragement, the twin brothers to heaven, the accusing spirit, lessons for singles and the married, intensive school of ministry sessions, and lots more. The principles taught are challenging and revelatory. Next to the Bible, this will be your favorite book. 12 Ironic Benefits of an Enemy reveals the wisdom in dealing with people and how to unveil ulterior motives, and 12 things you can benefit in seasons of ferocious attacks. This is the book everyone is talking about.
I strongly believe in investing in knowledge. Your spirit man is the greatest investment you should invest in. What it took somebody 5 years to know, you can know in 2 hours. Buy one for yourself and buy extra copies to bless somebody else. These books will change your world.
There is always something you don't know. The best gift to give to a child is the gift of knowledge. The best investment of your life is the one made in your mind and spirit. Get your copies now and for your friends. Available online at Amazon.com, JGMsite.org, AllNationsChurches.org, or text 214-335-2380. Get your copies now